Bam! Welcome to another installment of Tag Me In, where the triple threat brain trusts a tag over the good, the bad, and everything in between in the world of professional wrestling. I, of course, am the unofficially official Lip Dizzle, joined with none other than the less than stealthy unicorn himself, Mr. ScooterRay, aka Scoot Row Records.
All I'm saying is, if you want to come to a label where you can be an artist, you ain't got to worry about the producers all in your videos dancing and everything. You know where to come. Scoot Row Records. We make hits.
And of course, this guy right here, ladies, the heartthrob of the IWC, Mr. Jaeger Bombastic, so fantastic. Shotzi wasn't on NXT this week, but it's okay because she will be back.
Bastic? I don't know. But no, I mean, clearly the heartthrob of the IWC is the sleepy boy over there.
Wow.
But
Oh,
I will, I will be a happy replacement. What is that?
This was an interesting week. It seemed like they, at least AEW, in a sense, just swept everything under the rug as if not to even address the BS.
Did y'all actually hear that they issued refunds?
Yes.
Yeah, but it wasn't for that though.
Okay.
What happened was they basically anybody who went to that show, they only watched the Blood and Guts. That's all. That's the only match that they had. They issued refunds to anybody who basically felt like they got cheated because every other match was already
pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just watching.
They just watched all those other matches on the screen or something until the Blood.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, they just watched the screen for an hour.
That's hella awkward.
Yeah, and that's mainly because of the setup of the Blood and Guts thing.
Right.
So instead of them having
they made it look good enough, but whatever.
They did.
Now,
they did.
The Kenny interview and the Miro interview actually did happen in front of the crowd. But
because it was in front of the cage, yeah.
Yeah, but everything else was them watching a giant screen.
I mean, I still enjoyed the Blood and Guts match. Of course.
Oh, whenever we get to the AEW side, I'll let y'all know what Mr. Cornette has to say about it.
I'm sure it's nothing but sweet things to whisper in our ear.
I try to avoid anything Cornette related, just so I can wait for Scoot to tell me something.
Yeah, I'll definitely let you know.
But I mean, with that, Scoot, and I know you got some news for us.
Oh yeah, man, it's been some things happening. So let's get to it. So first and foremost, Mr. You Can't See Me, John Cena, he will be narrating a new show on Peacock called WWE Heels. I'm sorry, WWE Evil. WWE Evil.
Oh, I was about to say, I was like, well, damn.
Whoa. Shit.
Evil. WWE Evil, where it will be a show basically kind of going through, I guess, wrestling's history of heels in the business and breaking down the psychology of the heel. And
so you got the ultimate babyface to
I thought the same thing. We got the ultimate babyface narrating the show and apparently he's actually producing the show as well. So, that's something to look forward to with Peacock.
He never got to wrestle as a heel, so now he gets to talk.
No, he did when he
technically
did
Dr. Thugonomics.
Oh, I mean, but everybody loved him.
They got pulled. Now, see, if they would have used the stuff that he did in OVW when he was the prototype there, he was a heel there. And that heel work that he did was amazing.
I mean, his debut against Angle was kind of prototype-ish.
Kind of.
Wait, you know what? Now that I think about it, WWE has been doing the same thing that they're doing with NXT, because thinking about everybody that they brought up from OVW, they completely changed everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, That's just safe.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Oh well, WWE things.
Anything. So I guess they're trying to give people more reason to try to watch Peacock.
I guess, man. I still can't do it. I mean, I can watch the pay-per-views, but that's about it.
That's the only time I ever go to Peacock.
Isn't
honestly, Sunday, because WrestleMania Backlash is Sunday. That would be my first time touching Peacock since we all watched WrestleMania.
actually would be the same for me.
I mean, I still watch The Office here and there, but I did sit down and watch Major Pain because Major Pain is on Peacock. So, that's a good mark on for them because that's the only
great
platform that's streaming Major Pain. So, kudos to them for that.
Damn you, NBC.
I know, right? So this next story has been having some conflicting stories now. So apparently, reports came out that Bray Wyatt has been off TV because apparently his mental isn't all the way there.
Yes,
apparently Brody's death has been affecting him more than it. I'm going to say more than it should, but apparently it's affecting him. Yeah, and apparently he just needs some time away.
That's fair.
But a report came out before we hopped on the podcast that apparently it wasn't true. That he's been backstage and things.
Really?
He just hadn't wrestled yet. So I'm starting to believe it may be a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think from what I heard on that, I heard that even like with the WrestleMania stuff that was going on, like he had asked for some time off.
Yeah, but they kind of made him do the WrestleMania match.
So,
that's why the ending happened the way it happened.
Which is still crazy. I mean, they still could have had him win and then go off
Orton
TV.
winning and whatnot.
Yeah, you could have definitely had him take that win and then do that blackout with Bliss.
Yeah, because even then Bliss could have just been doing her thing the whole time, and then Bray could have finally came back. So, yeah, it's weird how fucking backstage and their writers can't seem to just
right.
I guess, but yeah,
that questionable at best kind of thing.
Fucking WWE. What else you got, Scoot?
I don't know if y'all heard the big news that came out yesterday, but Zelina Vega was at the Performance Center yesterday.
Oh,
yeah. I heard that, and I was kind of upset, but I was also happy for her. So it was a double-edged sword because it's like, I want to see her working again, but I would hate for her to have to go back to WWE based on the way that they treated her.
Apparently reports came out that she was filming something with Simone Johnson. So we don't know if it's the main roster.
Well, I mean, she's done
NXT.
That's true.
So we don't know yet, but I was talking to my brother about it, and he was like, if you put it in perspective, WWE did act irrational. She was a great talent. Her husband is still there. She can still provide something great for them. And it shouldn't have happened the way that happened. That shouldn't have went down that way.
I mean, it happened the same way that Amazon treated their workers that wanted to unionize. But
true. You're absolutely right about that.
But I don't think I would like that if she came back, especially like with that exact history being had there. So somebody's got to bend on that position, and I'm sad to say it's probably going to be Zelina.
Well, somebody did point out she hasn't been on her Twitch in a while, and I haven't even noticed it until
neither have I. Yeah,
she hasn't been on her Twitch in a minute, so yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Zelina, don't bend for him.
Now, if she does go to NXT, I got no problem because it's a whole nother just universe over there completely. Because the feel over there, it feels genuine that everybody is excited and happy to be where they are. And granted, everybody's under the same umbrella, but it feels like everything is done completely differently over there. Like the respect is given to the talent, and of course, we're going to jump into that when we get on the NXT recap. But it feels so different. Like we all know it's a business, but it doesn't feel like a fucking business like WWE does. WWE feels like a factory. It feels like a machine that's just going. It's like, case in point, CM Punk when he did the pipe bomb. This is another cog on the wheel, on the machine spinning, and that's what it feels like. But as far as NXT, it just feels like that love of professional wrestling is there. And I would prefer her to go there instead, and then just especially the way they treat their women.
It's I mean, like, I do want to see her back, don't get me wrong, but is it going to be better?
That's the question.
Is it going to be better?
Exactly.
Apparently, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, if they bring her back main roster, just pair her up with Aleister Black and like just have her be the same badass manager that she is, but for Aleister Black. Or I mean, even like just give her better ring attention, but do that with NXT, I guess, if you're not gonna put her with Black.
Yeah, but I think she'd be better off in NXT, just as far as for the women's division. Yeah,
for damn sure.
I'm not even sure what they're doing with Aleister, so
he's reading a bunch of children's tales, dark children's tales. I don't know how that's going to translate to a character in the ring, but
that's what I'm trying to wait and see.
I guess we have to see when that's going to happen. But yeah, a bunch of.
I'm gonna roll my ass. I'm gonna roll my ass so hard if I hear Fiend versus Aleister Black at some point.
Who knows? Mark Henry says he wants to. I guess he's gearing up for at least one more match. He's been working at. I don't know. I guess WWE. I don't know.
I see Rumble.
I guess he's trying to gear up for at least one more match.
They dropped the ball so hard. I don't know whose fault it was. I don't know if it was Cena's or if backstage, but when he did that promo, that farewell promo, that was the moment that they should have put the title on him. He should have beat Cena, got the title, and then he should have just retired after that.
Super Cena was Super Cena, so
yeah,
Super Cena was a thing.
He had
5 moves of doom.
Exactly. So I have a follow-up to last week's story with good old Ryback. He did another poll.
Oh, wow.
Where it's the same poll, and he was like, hey, I blocked all the trolls and the non-official people, and where do y'all want to see me return? And don't pick retire as a joke because this is serious. And wherever y'all decide, this is where I'm going to try to go. And I'm going to try to see if my camera picks it up clear. But that was the results.
It's still retire.
Yes, retire was still is not focusing, but retire was still number one with 51%.
Wait, what was number 2? I think I saw it with I don't know.
AEW was 22%.
Oh no.
WWE NXT was 18%, and Impact was 9%.
Yeah, with as much as he shits on Vince, he's definitely never going back to WWE.
Whoa, but wait, there's more.
Oh,
I think I know I think that's read where you're going with this one.
So he decided, all right. So this was the final results of that one I just showed.
Yeah.
13.5% was AEW. 12.5% was WWE NXT. 7.1 was Impact, 66.8 was Retire, and that was 28,391 votes.
Why are you in the real world still listing Retire as an option? Like, this is almost
That's what some people said. Some people said, why do you keep putting Retire as an option? So this was an official statement from Ryback.
Oh, here we go.
The results are in, but have been informed by Public Policy Policing Institute that dirt sheets used WWE funded fake accounts to skew the results once again. All polls have been thrown out and declared unofficial. Thanks for everyone participating.
Hold on. First off,
Cameron Grimes level bullshit.
here's the problem with this is the fact that he's going so hard on this whole thing, doing the whole investigation, everything, and this poll means absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Tell me why Dirt Sheets gives two shits.
Why would even WWE like you're really gonna sit here and say WWE is funding some fake dirt sheets and fake accounts to keep you out? If WWE doesn't want this poll, does not mean shit.
I completely listened to that wrong, but go ahead.
Like, this poll does not mean shit to WWE. If 100% of people say, "Hey, Ryback, you should go to WWE," that don't mean shit to WWE.
Yeah.
If WWE is like, "We don't want you back here," that poll is useless. Same thing with AEW, same thing with Impact. If you try your damnness to get signed with these companies, and those companies are like, "We don't want you here."
Did you see AEW's tweet to Ryback?
No, I did not.
Apparently, and I thought this was shady as shit. I need confirmation on this, but I definitely read this. It was AEW apparently said, "We do not want you here. We do not wish you the best in your future endeavors." Like, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, because he's talking as if he has a blank contract to absolutely anywhere he wants to go.
Exactly. That's the weird thing to me.
Where has he even been wrestling?
Nowhere. I think after he left WWE, I think he made a few, and when I mean few independent spots. But only thing he's been doing is his podcast. And the only reason why he kept getting talked about was because he kept saying controversial shit.
Yeah.
And kind of like us right now talking about him.
There you go.
For the most part, he hadn't been doing shit.
This is for shits and gigs here.
That is true, because I find it so funny how desperate all of this sounds.
Thank you.
It sounds so desperate.
It honestly, does. I would have rather seen. Damn it! I forgot his WWE name. I got kids.
Heath Slater.
Yeah, thank you. I would have rather seen Slater in his Heath Slater gimmick doing some shit like this on Twitter. I did not think I'd see Ryback doing this on Twitter.
Right, but obviously, Fatback, as Cornette likes to call him, obviously Fatback is mad, desperate right now.
It's a bad look being called Fatback.
Fatback.
So weird in your head, you
know. The last news before we roll into NXT, WWE posted on Twitter, I guess a match that happened on Raw where Rhea Ripley beat and pinned Asuka.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there's been an interesting comment that almost everybody picked up on. And the comment was, seriously? Jobbing out Asuka? What the fuck?
Oh, yeah. I know who that's from.
And that comment was from future Hall of Famer Batista. He posted, he commented on that post, and a lot of places been picking it up and discussing it.
I mean, I'm surprised this question wasn't raised when she lost to Charlotte for the streak.
right? Which kind of, I ain't gonna say that led to me making up a mock-up image, but until Mr. Deasley actually creates the series himself, a mock-up image.
I love that.
That's beautiful.
And maybe Oscar might need the first episode. So soon,
Damn.
Lip Dizzle's Justice for list.
We definitely getting into that one.
And like I said, it's a possibility. It might be a lot of people on this list, so be prepared to hear the numerous people we should have justice for, ladies and gentlemen out there. And Mr. Deasley going on his rants of why these people deserve justice.
Yeah. Oh, spoiler alert: Charlotte will not be on that list ever.
Yeah.
You know, somebody said something since you brought that name up, and I guess we can kind of sort of discuss it now.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody brought up, why do we get mad at Charlotte's nepotism but not Cody's? Because Cody's whole career is that he's the son of the American Dream.
Well, see, that's the thing. There's nothing wrong with that, because see, the thing is, Cody isn't treated any different because of his name, but WWE makes a point in like forcing it down our fucking throats over and over again. Case in point, I mean, we're going to get into it later, but I mean, you think about the promo that Cody cut this week.
Mm-hmm.
Hands down. I mean, I'm getting chills thinking about it now, but the way that he cut that promo shows exactly why he can talk about his lineage, because he does it out of respect and not out of entitlement. Charlotte, granted, it's probably because of her character as well, but she has that demeanor that says, hey, I deserve this because my father was 16-time world champion. Cody doesn't do that. Anything Cody does, again, we'll get into it later, but he cherishes his lineage in a way that says, hey, I want to keep this as a respected brand, so to speak. I mean, there is nothing better than what, like, I think out of anybody who is in this business, I think he's probably the best one that has done it with having the lineage that he has. Because you don't see the same thing done with Orton, because WWE did that with Orton as well. They pushed him like that. They tried to do it with Rock. Rock got himself over, so it really didn't matter on that end. They were going to try to do the shit with Ted DiBiase Jr., but they gave up on him, so that shit didn't work. Curtis Axel.
He's still doing fine.
They screwed him over completely.
That is true.
And it's just,
let him use Henning.
Exactly. So it's like, and so with Charlotte, they're just, and it's mainly because she's a female, because you definitely didn't see David Flair being treated like that at all. So now when you have Charlotte Flair as a female, it's almost like they couldn't wait to replicate the same thing that Ric Flair did, just on the female side. And that's the problem.
And, I think it's unfair because in Cody's case, Cody didn't, I'll probably say the only true nepotism probably happened with Cody might have been him winning the NWA title.
True. I can see that as well.
Yeah.
So that way he can at least say he had the same title as his dad. But even then, he won the title and damn near lost it right back to Nick Aldis, like a couple of months later? Like he didn't hold on to it long. Mm-hmm. Charlotte's case, Charlotte will drop a belt, win the belt, drop the belt, take a couple of weeks away, come back to the title picture, disappear, come back to a title picture, wait a minute, hold on, wait. This title picture is missing something. Charlotte. So, I mean, hell, look at even what they did with the NXT aspect of it. Like, she challenged Rhea while Rhea was dealing with Bianca. That was the better matchup. Then Bianca got phased out because Charlotte, quote unquote, eliminated the problem. And then it was like, nah, I'm going to take your NXT title. And for what?
Wait,
Just to say,
hold on a second, Lip. I got to sidebar this. That is a damn good point about Charlotte just not doing anything for the people that she comes to work with. Like
Yeah.
she eliminated the problem that was Bianca Belair. What the fuck?
Well, see that's the thing, because I was going to ask that about that situation. Wasn't that the first time that the NXT Women's Championship was defended on a WrestleMania?
any NXT title.
Okay, case in point. Especially to your point, Jaeger, is exactly that point. It's like they do these things so that way she can have like these accolades that she does not deserve. She had no business in that.
No, 100%.
So yeah, that's like she wasn't in NXT anymore, and for her, and then when she won the title, she didn't do anything to put anybody over in NXT. She didn't pull a Finn Balor and then go to NXT and then actually stay there and help build things up. All she did was basically, hey, put this belt on her, have her be the one of the women to be in that first NXT defended title match on a WrestleMania, and then move on from there. And then to even not take the pin.
And don't forget, in December, she was magically shoot in a tag team match, and now she can say she's Super Grand Slam Plus, because Charlotte is the only woman who still counts the damn Divas title when it comes to Grand Slam championships. She's the only one that does that. So, and then, because let's really face it. If Cody truly wanted to use nepotism, Cody would have been world champ. Cody would have been TNT. Cody was TNT champ. He probably would have still been TNT champ. He would have found a random tag team partner and became tag champ.
And for shits gigs, he would have taken the FTW champ off of Brian Cage.
He would have somehow found a way for Brandy to take the women's title, and he would have took the title off of Brandy. So hell, even
Cody
when
becomes
even when Cody was in New Japan or in Ring of Honor, he still fought the fault. He wasn't always involved in title pictures. So I don't see how people say we don't talk about Charlotte's nepotism. Charlotte's nepotism is 100% based on the fact that we want to keep your dad in our good graces, and we want to keep you in our good graces, which is why you can say, "Oh, I'm Charlotte Flair, 11-time champion."
Yeah, you gotta actually to add to your point though for his NWA title. I would say more so it wasn't even about Cody like trying to get his dad's belt. I think that was just to plug All In as a bigger show than what it was.
And that too, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was all for hype I shouldn't say it was all for hype, but I definitely think a portion of that, or a significant portion, goes to that for All In.
Charlotte Flair, before you say what you got to say, Dizzle, Charlotte Flair will never make a stipulation. If I lose this match, I will never challenge for the title again.
Right?
Oh, absolutely
never.
Not.
Charlotte Flair would never.
Charlotte? No.
Yeah, like and to the point of the NWA title thing. Even if that is a mark against Cody, if we're putting it in that category, we have to remember he still took that title and went to NWA, defended it, and still wrestled on NWA TV.
Right.
So and then he of course Nick Aldis got it back. So there's no issue there.
Aldis got it back. Yeah.
Shout out to Nick Aldis, man. I need justice for him all over the place. But
Right?
but regardless, yeah. I don't know who brought that question up about the nepotism.
It was some guy on Twitter, and then somebody posted about it, and I didn't read what the caption was saying. I just thought it was interesting to bring to you two fellas
Yeah.
because
It is.
it was like you. I hate the phrase apples to oranges. This ain't an apples to oranges situation. If you've
No,
been
not at all.
following Charlotte's career since she's been on main roster, and you've been following Cody's career since he left WWE, it's been a tale of two cities.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Like it's been a tale of two cities. Charlotte has been, and it sucks because once again, people listen to what we say. We're not saying Charlotte isn't talented. We're not saying Charlotte is undeserving. We're just saying why is she always featured in the main event?
Yeah.
Always. And given a title. She's given. I would not be surprised if she doesn't win this belt Sunday. It would shock me. It would literally shock me if she doesn't win this triple threat match
Well,
and become 12-time champion.
And look, I'm not saying that Ric Flair hasn't helped the up and comers or the next generation or the new generation here and there. I'm just saying is that I hear way more about what Dusty Rhodes has done for the new generation and next generation, and very little about what Ric Flair has done to help bring up the next generation. Yet WWE doesn't glorify Dusty Rhodes the way that they glorify Ric Flair.
Nope.
So keep that in mind when you keep thinking about random guy on Twitter, when you think about these fucking questions that pop up in your head, because it's stupid. It's stupid.
Oh, random guy on Twitter.
You're a random guy on Twitter. Son of a bitch.
Nicely put.
But yeah, man, wait, that was the last one, right, Scoot?
Yeah, that was the last WWE related story.
Ooh.
Oh, and just for the record, anytime somebody wants to be a smartass about it, yes, I know there's a Dusty Classic, but that's not WWE. NXT does that. So before you start to get on your high horse, it's like, oh wait, but they do no.
I mean, that's the only time they really give a whole bunch of homage to Dusty is during the Dusty Classic.
Yeah, like you have to actually listen to interviews and podcasts to ever hear wrestlers talk about Dusty and his impact. Because I remember when Enzo and Cass was on Jericho's podcast, they was talking about how Dusty is one of the main reasons why their catchphrases was the way they were. You know, Woods has talked about Dusty on the New Day podcast, so it's like it's weird. But yeah, that's a bad comparison with Charlotte and Cody.
Yeah. Very, very much so. But
stupid guy on Twitter.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. Both shows this week were fairly good. I'm mad at AEW, but I will definitely get into that when we get there, and I'll tell everybody why.
I'm gonna say personally, I definitely enjoyed NXT more than AEW. And spoiler alert, if you check out the name, that was definitely my biggest highlight of NXT.
Well, let's get into my first gripe, because a realization hit me during this match, and it has a lot. First off, the way, always good work. Austin Theory,
beautiful character work,
man.
Just go ahead and just
yes,
give it to you. Just give it to you.
Clearly, squash match. You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're setting up some type of seeds for something. with Cross and Gargano, but we'll see what happens there. Now, what this match allowed me to see is that Cross getting hurt during that match that he had with Keith Lee was probably the biggest misfortune for him, because when I saw that match that he had with Theory this week, all I could see is something reminiscent to how Vince would shoehorn somebody into the title picture because they're big. When I look at Cross right now, I don't like that title being on him right now.
See, that's what I've been saying. The title on Cross, it doesn't feel right anymore.
Because now when he came back, loved it because of his character. He just seemed like it's weird, but I think he's like in Fiend status. I think he might be bigger than the title.
I would say yes, unless they make him forfeit it, a la Asuka, or unless he loses it in some multi-man match.
Yeah, because I think right now he's
a multi-man match.
He needs to go to the main roster.
Yeah,
mainly because, and he needs to go to Raw specifically because that's the shot of adrenaline that Raw needs. They need somebody who has that badass persona, and he has that, especially with Scarlett, and he could be that dynamic that they need between your Lashley, your McIntyre, your Braun Strowman. See, he's so unforgettable.
I'm set to believe that they're waiting until live shows again before they bring him up.
That's the other news. The earliest July, the latest September, they should have fans again in WWE.
Okay.
That's a long wait.
It is. I guess they're trying to figure out. I think the issue is, are they going to still try to stay in one place, or are they going to try to travel? So I think that's the issue.
I think they're going to. No. I'm thinking of AEW. Never mind.
Yeah, AEW is doing a little tour.
Yeah, they're starting up on live shows again. Like, was it end of month?
Well, All In. All In is supposed to be full. Not All In. Double or Nothing. It's supposed to be
full capacity. They're doing.
I think they're traveling.
They're traveling after
June or July. Yeah.
They're traveling after that, but they're coming to Texas.
I saw that. I don't know how far Garland, Texas is from us, but
but Cedar Park is like an outskirt, or like a what's the word I'm looking like for? Like a neighborhood of Austin, though. It's like a Woodlands to Austin, so could be a fun show.
Could. We all know what this match is. It was a squash completely. Yeah. Went a little bit longer than expected, but I think that was more for the theatrics, of Cross playing with Theory and with Gargano. Yeah. So clearly Cross won. This was really, to carry on from what happened last week, and then to set up, which I'm very surprised that they're shoehorning this match.
Before you get there. That cerebellum finisher, if it wasn't him doing it, that move would be the stupidest move ever. But since it's him and him being so big that you can imagine if a big dude like that hits you in the back of the head like that, you're going to die. And the fact that, and then not only that, he hit it and then just rain shots on poor Theory until the ref was like, fam.
It's done. Just
it's done. You're about to kill this man.
I don't think I've ever
seen to murder this man.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody do a superhero landing lariat.
Yeah, that even threw.
Like he did a superhero landing. Like he was just. And
the way Theory sold that was just like it was. He landed on the back of his neck, like the way he
Marvel. Hey, Marvel, don't sue me, but Cross went in there talking about it's clobbering time. Like, he's just beating the shit out of Theory.
Hey, don't let CM Punk get mad at you for stealing that either.
True. But yeah. So
Okay.
now what you was about to allude to, Mr. Deasley.
Yeah, it's just I'm surprised that they're shoehorning this match so soon. Now I don't know if that match they're built. No, it is a match they're building, right? Because
Yeah, it's the week after next.
Okay,
It's in 2
so yeah,
weeks.
it is official. So yeah, that's the thing that kind of got me because I was like, okay, because at first I was like, okay, well, maybe they're just about to just start throwing people in this and make it a big match, but no. So I mean, this tells me that Balor's about to go in there and just be fed to the wolves and just be done with it,
Again.
which is crazy. Now, unless
No.
they see the writing on the wall and they're about to say, hey, Balor get the title back, but I just don't see why they would put the title back on Balor.
They're not.
You know,
Yeah. I think this match is a means to an end for Finn. Either Finn is going to UK, he might have one more score to settle, or unfortunately, he might be going back to the main roster.
Now, if they bring this Finn to main roster,
You better be wearing some gold soon.
that'll probably be my reason for like putting an eye back on like Raw.
Yes.
Because I mean, I would see him going. I mean, I guess he could go to SmackDown too. He could pretty much go anywhere. Yeah.
Raw
So,
needs him and Cross though.
oh yeah,
They got to go opposite ways.
Unless they're gonna put them in a.
I mean, you could run that.
Oh God! Please,
in
no. How did Darth Vader say it? No.
So
I mean, yeah, Raw and SmackDown don't seem to think NXT exists as a universe or something. So
right.
They could run it back.
They could, but
yeah. So I think with that said, a little spoiler alert. They did announce NXT in Your House, Takeover in Your House 2021, hosted by Todd Pettingill again.
Which I'm glad that they've adopted the whole In Your House theme.
Because I personally think it's going to be O'Reilly, Dunn, Cross for the title.
Yeah, it seems that
be a triple threat.
Yeah, because I don't need to see Dunn and O'Reilly in a match this soon.
Yeah,
right.
Like as far as a one-on-one, but a multi-man, perfectly fine. But damn, it's just because I mean now that I see it, it's hard for me to go back from like seeing Crosses because I mean I can't. It's hard to see him as champion right now.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. But I mean, hey, what can you do? I more so feel bad for him because it's not his fault. You know, had he not gotten hurt, this probably would have been a whole nother conversation.
He's just booked too dominant. Like he's just too dominant of an individual. Yeah. Now, the only way I kind of want to know how's Johnny going to play a role in all of this. Because I'm pretty sure Johnny's going to want some type of revenge in a sense. So I don't know.
When is In Your House?
It might be a fatal 4-way.
That's what I was about to say. Like, when is In Your House? It could easily get to that point.
I think is it September?
What's that?
Or is it sooner than that? In Your House?
Oh no, it's like June 13th.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's like June 13th.
That's plenty of time to set up Gargano in that match. And then you can do it damn, you could effectively do the fatal 4-way and then legitimately sell Cross losing that belt.
Yeah. Because everybody's gonna most likely gang up on him.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's a good way for a heel to kind of sneak in there and get a cheap win. So I'd be down for that. Next up, probably one of the funniest moments of the night during
I had some business to take care of. I missed this match, so y'all got to let me know what happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's okay because I also have something to show you since you
Gonna,
kind of
Okay.
missed it.
I'm gonna hide my face because I kind of fast forwarded through this match.
Oh, it's okay. So now, of course, I thought about Speed and Pass's match too because of the way that I've talked about Brazongo, but
Hmm.
this was a good match between the two. And this is a match that
Go back and watch.
I'm glad. Well, no, I mean, it's you don't have to worry about watching it. It's because it's one of those things that kind of showed me why this is where Brazongo's wheelhouse. They need to be doing this because this is more serious for them. Like it
Hmm.
wasn't all just fun and games. Like MSK made them step their game up a bit to where it's like, okay, these are the former NXT Tag Team Champions that I remember when they
Yeah.
started to get serious. I like this, but we knew MSK was going to win. The highlight of this match was referee. Let me see if I got his name right. I think it's Daryl. Is it Daryl? Yeah, Daryl Sharma.
Okay.
He himself got involved in this match in a way that I just never expected a referee to get involved in a match. And
Oh,
here is what I mean.
oh no.
Some people have issues with this.
I want to see the best Brock Lesnar impersonation from every rep from now on.
A lot of people have been having issues about that.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I've been seeing more
That's
negative
hilarious.
things. I've been seeing people like, okay, the ref got athleticism, but I've been seeing a lot of negative when it comes to that scene.
Why? Or what are they saying?
Of course, everybody wants to go to if AEW did it,
It would have been hilarious.
but
Just like it was hilarious on NXT. Can you imagine Aubrey Edwards doing that? That would have been beautiful.
a quick bubble of a sidebar. The only issue I have with AEWs and their refs, we're going to get into it later when it came to the Pac and Orange Cassidy match. But when it comes to that spot, I mean, it wasn't like he did something. It ain't like he did a springboard moonsault off the ropes to avoid nothing. He did the typical wrestling training spot. A drop down, jump over. It ain't like he did some over dramatic shenanigans.
Yeah, true.
So, get over yourselves, people.
Ref was showing that he was springing his step.
And I liked it. And the first thing that came to my mind is like, damn, if we had refs that just was active like this, like I feel like it would be somewhat more exciting, like during the matches,
Oh yeah,
and it's cool to give refs character. I mean, look at the impact that Aubrey Edwards has on AEW. Like, especially when we had fans in attendance, and it's just watching how they react to her.
They loved it.
Anytime you gave Aubrey shit, like the fans immediately turned on that wrestler.
Exactly.
And then she got the infamous finger. Get in line now, damn it.
And it's cool to give refs personality and get them involved. Man, I absolutely love that. When I saw that, I was just like, I'm so glad I did not skip this match.
Hell, even remember back in the days with NWO, if Nick Patrick was in the ring,
everybody was getting screwed.
Some screw job was happening. So even when Earl Hebner was fighting back against Triple H and all of them, because they was tired of getting beat up. Like I said, it ain't like he did anything egregious. It was a drop down, jump over. Like it ain't like he jumped off the top rope and did some moonsault. Like he did a simple wrestling spot. Something I'm pretty sure in wrestling school they teach you day one.
Yeah, and of course all these guys, I mean, more than likely are going to end up becoming some wrestling talent or a manager or whatever. I mean, think like Teddy Long. Teddy Long used to be a ref, and then he became, a manager. So, everybody has something that they're going to end up doing regardless. So, hey, let them show their stuff. But yeah, MSK go over. They get a handshake from Brazongo. and then
They
they
thought
basically
about jumping them though, didn't they? It looks
no
like
no no
were-
they kind of just had a little bit of discord between themselves. By that I mean Breezango,
Mhm.
and they were just talking to each other like, damn, well, we could have had that or whatever. But
Anything else
But
happened after that? It was no.
yeah, they went to the camera and they addressed Legado del Fantasma, said, "Hey, you want these? You know where we are. Come and get them."
They didn't have a dramatic moment and cut away from it.
No.
AEW.
Chris Jericho addressed that too.
Oh, did he?
Okay. I forgot what podcast he went on, but he had addressed it, basically stating that it was just complete kerfuffle.
Oh no,
no.
You can save it.
We could see
because trust me, I'm fired up over that one too.
During after this match, again, Ruff is. I mean, I don't know how and why they keep doing this, but he continues to grow more and more.
Ruff has
NXT.
Ruff has. I slowly figured it out. Ruff has the little man syndrome, and it's the syndrome to where you don't want him to lose. Not necessarily you don't want him to win, but you just want to see him do good. And the way they've been doing Ruff is that his stature, you would not get intimidated by that man. But how did I'm gonna refer to a movie called Hustle and Flow. If those who've seen it, it ain't the size of the dog; it's the size of the fight in the dog. And with Leon having a surname of Ruff, I figured it was suited to use that saying. Ruff. But yeah, I thought it was great how he showed that energy that Regal, I want some match, fam.
And the funny thing about that, I've noticed, and I think it's gonna end up playing into something, because Regal's been getting he's been getting lack of respect inside his office as of late.
He has been.
And I have a feeling it's gonna play into something a lot bigger moving forward. But
somebody
Ruff got mad. Yeah. And Ruff basically got pissed off, and he shit on Regal's desk, threw shit down, and then Regal sent him off, and Ruff was verbally, he was visibly pissed.
Yeah.
But he got out the office and walked off, and I was like, damn, Ruff is pretty pissed off. And I was like, okay, well, I guess we'll see what happens next week. Didn't have to wait long, because Pete Dunne was shown walking to the ring with Oney Lorcan, but he was in his ring gear. And I was like, well, clearly he about to have a match, because they just said he was about to address something. I was like, well, no, he about to wrestle, because nobody just goes out there to address something in ring gear. So he goes out, and then of course it became clear he just getting his new shtick. He's coming out there having this open challenge deal where he's just like, I dare somebody to come out. Nobody's better than me. Prove me wrong. I'm like, okay, cool. And he waited for, a little bit and said, yeah, that's what I thought. And out of nowhere, unexpectedly, Leon Ruff jumps Pete Dunne from behind. And I was like, oh. And then what happened was a match that I did not realize I really wanted to see.
And then, the one thing I loved, and I don't know if any of y'all two picked it up. Did y'all hear what Vic Joseph said?
What?
On commentary. No, Leon Ruff is not medically cleared, but he answered an open challenge.
Yes.
I love that was explained.
Didn't they? But Ruff was cleared. Like, he did get cleared. That's what he told Regal.
He did, but Regal still didn't want to put him in.
Yeah. He said, you're not.
So I love how Vic Joseph said, hey, this is on Ruff.
Yeah.
This is on him.
which is good because it still makes him look a little bit stronger than anything at that point, because he was still able to have a credible match with Pete Dunne, and it was hard hitting for the most part.
Yes.
And I did not expect a lot of what Ruff shown in that match, especially against Dunne. But I have to credit Dunne in that as well, because I mean, you look at Dunne's matches, any of his hard hitting matches, any of his marquee matches that he has. Clearly, he's somebody in that ring that can bring the best out in people as well. So, and he handled it. And
I don't know about y'all, but anti-air moves, when they're done right, they look just awesome.
yeah.
Because when Ruff tried to jump and Pete Dunne, nah, fam. Nah, fam.
And this is one of the reasons why Dunne is fantastic when he has a fucking championship. That's why anytime he had, like, he made the NXT UK title mean something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for eventually he needs to get the NXT championship.
Yeah.
Or the North American. Something.
Okay.
He just needs to have a fucking title. Period.
But
But
have that much.
Pete Dunne did go over. Of course.
yes, it's no surprise.
I mean,
Like, it was.
One might be able to say that Leon had a rough time that night.
And Pete got it done.
Hey.
I got no pun.
You know,
I'm without one. But what I am with is praise to Dakota Kai.
It's going down. It's going down.
You know why?
It's going down.
Because they had her and Raquel show up to the arena.
But I mean, did y'all see Dakota though?
Yes.
Why does she look like the best version of an edgy pop star?
Well, she said her hair was inspiration from old girl from Cyberpunk.
No shit.
Yeah. So that's why she colored her hair that way. I don't know the character because I didn't play Cyberpunk, but she said her hair color was from the person from Cyberpunk. So
I don't know. I refunded the game, so
Gamer girls, y'all.
But Raquel though. And that was the next match, right?
You know what?
You're
absolutely right.
All right. I'm gonna go on a slight rant.
You go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Raquel, Mercedes, beautiful. Beautiful ladies. Love it. Love it. I just don't know what needs to happen or how it needs to happen, but they need my girl to look more like a champion. It doesn't feel like Raquel has the women's championship. It feels like she has some secondary title. I don't know. Is it because EO was such a great champion and we just wasn't ready for EO to lose the belt or something? I don't know. But there seemed to be some type of dark cloud looming, and I don't appreciate it. Raquel is too talented and too beautiful to be looking like some paper champion or just a figurehead or something. Like she needs to look like a champion.
She does.
Now, granted, this match made her look like a champion. Maybe win her inevitable match with Dakota Kai because them seeds are planted.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe when that happens, but NXT, Trips, Regal, somebody, make Raquel look more like a champion. Please.
I think it's going to take one or two more defenses before it starts to sink in even more. Because I think who does she face to
make that sink in? Like there's one or two more defenses.
I don't think it has anything to do with
Dakota is going to be in your house.
But what I think it is, I think it's just Raquel herself. I think because she needs to be able to feel that to
Yes,
portray that.
Mm.
And it's hard. It's hard, especially when you have Dakota there, on the side, who everybody knows at this point, and with the seeds being planted even prior to that, because even we talked about it with the way that she looks with Dakota being there, it's almost like Dakota takes away from that. And I think potentially a face turn, and just for her to get into that because even when you think about the little champion summit that they had when Rhea and Bianca had showed up, like it felt like it even looked like Raquel was like taken aback by she almost like she felt like she didn't belong there.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna take her owning up to it and just being like, hey, I'm the champ. I feel this. Who wants it? Come get it. Whatever. But yeah, it's difficult, especially after Io had one hell of a run as a champion.
True.
And Io even had that first start as well. Like she didn't feel like a champion when she won.
Maybe it's the long storm. Maybe it's the long form storytelling that we're not seeing. Maybe they're having Raquel be like this, and when the inevitable heartbreak of Dakota betraying her is gonna make her realize, if this is what y'all want, y'all gonna have to really go through me now. Because
I like that.
Because I think one of the best, not so much matches, but one of the best promos Bray Wyatt ever gave, and I don't know if y'all remember, it was when the Wyatt family kind of exploded the first time around, when Strowman went his way, Harper went his way, and Rowan went his way, before he got teamed up with Matt Hardy. Bray fought Rowan, and I forgot who he was feuding with at the time, but he fought Rowan, and at the end of the promo, Bray said, "Look, insert name who he was feuding with. I did this to somebody I love. What do you think I'll do to you?"
Ooh.
So Raquel could be like that. This would happen to somebody I loved and care about in Dakota. What do you think is gonna happen to y'all if you come for this title?
I like it. So, I better hear that promo still in the ring, though.
What's up?
I better hear that promo like right after she beats Dakota, though.
Because that's what Bray Wyatt did. He did it right after he beat Rowan. He picked up the mic and literally did that promo right then and there.
That's what I need.
But yeah, like I said, I can't remember who Bray was feuding with, which I want to say it was Ambrose, but I don't think it was. I really forgot who it was. But yeah, he was like, I did this to somebody I love. What do you think I'm going to do to you?
It's just such a killer line, though.
It was. And you know how people always say there are certain things that just lives rent-free in your head? That promo,
like, that one
lives rent-free in my head. I mean, yeah. So now, to this match's credit, I loved how they made Mercedes truly credible. Because we only really seen Mercedes really get down, and that was that triple threat title match. So I love the fact that Mercedes was actually a great opponent for Raquel's first defense. I thought the ending was a little weird, but it's gonna get better.
I think so. Mainly because of what you said, Scoot, about her, about basically it breaking her with Dakota. And then that just kind of just lighting that fire under it and being like, you know what? Fuck it.
I do like
everything's
that.
off the table now. Like fuck everybody. And I think she may just need to just be a loner at that point. I think that's what needs to happen. She needs to be a loner, not even be a heel, just basically be a tweener. Be, hey, I don't fuck with anybody. I don't trust nobody. Fuck everybody. Only thing I care about is this title and defending
Yeah,
it.
my biggest
Done.
friend betrayed me. I don't want to talk to none of y'all.
There you go.
So yeah, I'm down. I'm down with that. let it happen. Now, of course, we all know Raquel won, obviously.
The Chicona bomb, baby.
But like it was said earlier, Scoot's highlight of the night. Nice little car pulled up. And out walked Swerve, Shanti the Adonis. Top Dollar. Now the chick's name is eluding me.
Brianna.
Okay, they all walked up, which is now known as Hit Row.
But we didn't know that then.
We did not know that then. Swerve pushed the cameraman.
And once again, line of the night. Well,
Top Dollar with these lines, man.
Second line of the night. Top Dollar came back and said, "Get up, fam. You ain't hurt."
Like,
it was the double back. He doubled back. It wasn't the fact that he caught it. It was the fact that the cameraman was still looking up and he doubled back. Get up, fam. You ain't hurt. AJ Francis, my God. So apparently, I didn't know, but apparently he does that A&E show. A&E, the WWE Most Wanted Treasures.
Oh, really?
A&E. Yeah, there's a show on A&E that they show after the those documentaries they've been doing.
Right.
And he hosts this show called WWE's Most Wanted Treasures, where I guess he goes to different legends and things and try to buy their treasures off of them, because apparently it seems like WWE is, I guess, going to build a Hall of Fame somewhere in Orlando, I think.
Build a Hall of Fame. All right.
Yeah, I think they're going to actually build a Hall of Fame, because apparently he asked for the King's crown and robe, I think. He asked for somebody else, they said. But yeah, basically he's a agent of WWE tracking down certain superstars and asking them for most wanted treasures to try to buy it off of them. So he hosts that show. That's why he said
specific wrestlers trying to buy off their things.
What's up?
You said he goes to specific wrestlers trying to buy off their things?
I think so. Basically, he goes to different wrestlers. I said, I know he went to Jerry the King Lawler to get his like crown or something. He goes to different wrestlers to buy certain items. Because like I said, I guess WWE is thinking about making a legit Hall of Fame.
Like a museum or Hall of Fame.
Yeah, like a museum or Hall of Fame, yeah. That's why he said in his promo, that's why he dropped A&E in his promo. When he said, yeah. Oh, trust me. I watched this promo vividly. I was there.
You were in the ring with him.
I mean, look, the moment he came out and Swerve said, "It's finna get spooky in NXT," I was here.
Spooky.
It's finna get spooky in NXT. I was there. I was here for it.
I like it. I love the aesthetics of this stable.
Yes.
Question is, which way do they go? Because I mean, Swerve has options at this point. I don't see him going anywhere towards Cross.
Spoiler alert. I'm gonna borrow a page from Paul Heyman.
Oh.
He's getting that belt off of Bronson Reed.
That was one of my predictions.
Yeah.
So then I guess we see Brianna head up the women's division.
Of course.
in dominant fashion, and we see Ashanti the Adonis finally get some more shine.
Probably
In the cruiserweight, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I don't see Top Dollar when I see him just being a very
just a dominant
charismatic
heavy. Yeah.
Heavy with some great one-liners.
Yes.
I mean, they even had a little miniature cipher in the ring. like I'm saying this right now. I am taking no hit row slander. None. There will be no hit row slander brought my way.
Well, then Swerve, you haven't done any wrong in my book, so I don't see you on any shit list in any time in the future.
No.
Because your heel work at this point is on point.
Yes.
And then you got Top Dollar. So
I'm telling you, as long as Top Dollar keep dropping them lines, fam, I think you must be outside your mind is living rent free in my head too.
I'm nothing wrong with that.
Because it's such a random thing to say to somebody. You must be outside your mind. Beautiful.
Well, and then of course, which is weird because I mean, in most cases you would expect somebody to come out and then like interrupt whatever's going on, but no one did.
No,
they let them get the whole promo off.
And I was happy. I was happy about that.
I mean, you gotta think. We didn't think Leon Ruff was gonna run out there.
No, and I'm glad. I'm definitely glad that shit didn't happen.
And take a 3-on-1 beat down.
But and I think to that point, I think it's good that they haven't really just stated what it is that they're going to do outside of hey, it's going to get spooky, putting everybody on notice. Hey. This is what we're here to do. But
hey, Lip, you should also be happy because I'm pretty sure Jake Venatis is going to be one of their victims.
Who?
Jake.
Oh, sorry.
Vanilla.
I even heard you say it, and it didn't register. But another forgettable person.
Yeah, he's going to most likely be one of the people they're going to beat up. Just letting you know.
That's fine.
So just go ahead go ahead and get ready to cheer, and everything is going to happen.
Beat him all the way off of TV.
Damn.
They want to run roughshod like that. I mean, what's to stop them from seeing Everrise get that same treatment?
No, and that's fine too, because once they beat Jake Venatlis all the way off of TV, they can go over to what is it, Everrise Live or whatever it is. Go over there,
Everrise Live.
Beat them off their own platform, so that way they don't even make it to their or the television screen. Do me a whole favor, completely, and I will happily induct them over here to the fuck Everrise camp. Shout out to Mackenzie.
I should never sent you that video.
It looked like Beth Phoenix and Wade Barrett were wanting Everrise to be on their announce team. I don't know. They looked like they were doing a 2-for-1 trade there. They seemed like they were pretty interested in it.
Well, you know what?
Lip would have cut the TV off.
Barrett can kiss an ass for that. he needs to get some act right and stop.
So you got some bad news for Barrett's opinion there?
No, everything that he stated about Everrise is bad news.
Oof.
I don't want it.
Damn.
I don't want it.
Damn, he said everything.
Loki even.
But either way, from Hit Row being announced,
sure.
Something that we already kind of knew. But now we have an official name for their stable, which cool with completely.
Yes.
We got a nice little promo from Legado del Fantasma, basically proclaiming that Santos Escobar was going to win the Cruiserweight Championship back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we kind of already knew that wasn't going to happen. I didn't see it happening.
No.
But still, hey, they want to proclaim it. We're going to get into that later when we get into that match. But we got probably a very interesting and comedic vignette from the way. One that showed them as a, I mean, obviously as a superhero group.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And just the one thing that stood out was Austin Theory's muscles on top of his muscles.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah, which is you can't.
It's
I need more of the way.
It's illustrative genius. Anyway.
Every show, just give me the way on every show. Now, one thing that surprised me though is that we did not get anything from the new NXT Women's Champions.
They probably a little beat up.
Probably
a little. You know what
But
I'm saying?
I figured they couldn't wait to gloat though.
I'm pretty sure all 4 women are a little beat up right now.
You know, Shotzi never put them through the ringer. You know, they gotta recover as they should.
You know, and I kind of had something for Jaeger for like I said, temporary, just to kind of think of little mock-ups. You know what I'm saying? Here you go, Mr. Jaeger.
Oh.
Even got the shot glass in the black background for you. You know what I'm saying? I even tried my best to match the hair color to the letters. And then your other idea. Hold on.
Be still my beating heart.
There you go.
Put that on a shirt.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah.
This what happens when you sit in boredom sometimes.
Hey,
when you don't watch like Raw, you kind of have time to just do other things.
I mean, that's the whole 3 hours in your life you got back, man.
And you can just do other things. So
wow. That goes to show. You see that WWE. You see what happens when you have a show that means absolutely nothing. You take people's lives away. You siphon their energy. You siphon their ambition. And now Scoot got it.
But then what's crazy though? They're still doing like 1.9, 1.8.
Which is fucking crazy.
Like they're still doing like almost 2 million an episode overall. Like, I mean, sheesh.
I kind of want to buy up ad space and just throw in like AEW Dark Elevation plugs. just like let them throw up on their little crawl like while their matches are live.
Which is crazy because when you watch AEW, like Raw is still promoted on commercials.
Right? Like missions are promoted, Raw is promoted, like everything WWE is promoted.
It's like, are they buying ad space during AEW TV?
Like they are. They have to be.
That's crazy.
And then Wipeout doesn't help because every time we see John Cena, we immediately associate John Cena with WWE.
Now this is another crazy thing. It's like this show was not. It was super woman light. Like there was
other than the women's title match.
Yeah, and then like a vignette from Zoe Stark promoting, I guess, her and the feud
Zoe
between her and Tony.
Yeah, Frankie got her plug too.
Yeah, she will be debuting when?
In 2 weeks, the same night as the Cross and Balor.
Okay, all right.
Well, are they giving her a specific name yet for that night?
No, I think
it's a regular show.
NXT.
Yeah. Okay.
Which they are going balls to the wall defending like every title, or at least trying to defend a title or two on each show.
It's going to build up to the major matches that's going to happen at In Your House.
And you know what? I do like this. I do like the fact that like, because I mean, it reminds me of like old school WWE and WCW because they would have the titles just defended every now and then, and it would be every title every night. Like they didn't like, because I mean with Raw, like you'll rarely see like the fucking WWE Championship defended. It's just more of a build up. Yeah. Now what we get into next match I didn't care about, and it sucks because again I like Kyle O'Reilly. Only Lorcan is a good worker, but this was really meant for.
Well, hey, let's go fast forward to the end then.
Yeah, it was meant for the return of Bobby Fish, and no tag team shit.
No,
O'Reilly basically told Bobby Fish, I'm I'm doing my own thing, trying to. And Bobby said, I respect that. I just got shit to deal with them. And I'm like, cool. So Bobby Fish is going to be doing his own thing. So I'm perfectly fine with that. And I'm sure that we'll get some tag team action with him and O'Reilly. But you know, it's good to see that everybody's getting like their individual shine. So
yes,
shout out. So yeah, I'm kind of intrigued to see where that goes and what we get out of Fish moving forward. But we get to the main event of the night.
Wait. Before we get there, remember the way jumped Bronson Reed.
Oh, that's right.
And from that, Bronson Reed and Johnny Gargano is now a cage match next week.
Oh, I must have missed that part then.
Yeah.
I did miss that.
Yeah. Officially, Bronson Reed versus Johnny Gargano is going to be a cage match.
Well, that's how we know Bronson Reed is winning, because Johnny can't escape.
Because what happened was they ran out the locker room. Bronson got up and he was all like, you know, whatever. And then somebody announced it to them or something. It was something how it was announced. But yeah, Johnny and Bronson officially is a cage match. Like we said, the Zoe Stark interview with her versus Tony that's happening, I think, next week. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that was something else, but it might not have been. I think that was everything.
Huh.
Yeah, I think that was everything. Now, 2 out of 3 falls.
This match showed me why Santos Escobar is at this point, just in this capacity, is being underutilized.
Yes.
Because
I want to take a quick moment. Let it be recorded and known that on this day, that this man here, who used to just be filled with such hatred for Legado del Fantasma, is now stating that Santos Escobar is being underutilized.
Only in this capacity, though, because he's past the Cruiserweight Championship.
Just calling it like I saw it.
Fair enough. But with this match, like watching him in this match, I'm like, yo, he needs to be either North American title or NXT Championship level, like one or the other, or God forbid, going to the main roster to do some stuff over there.
He's now pushing for him for higher spots.
Oh, absolutely. and it's more so to the point of Scoot, what Scoot said last week, based on like his overall package. When you look at him both inside and outside of the ring, like there's like you can print money with Santos Escobar, especially in the Latin market. Like you can't really go wrong with this. And then of course with the whole Legado del Fantasma association, like that, it works. It works. And yeah, I was somebody who was shitting on Legado del Fantasma a long time ago consistently, but they turned me around. Will that happen with Everrise? Fuck no. But you know, hey. Now,
what about Malcolm Bivens?
Absolutely not. But to the point of this cruiserweight match, again, Kushida winning the cruiserweight championship has done wonders, which is crazy because Santos Escobar was doing something well with the cruiserweight title. Now you put it on Kushida, and it's almost as if it's on another level because this is what the second or third time that Kushida has main evented NXT. Cruiserweight title. Yet you open up the show with the NXT champion. You end the show off with the Cruiserweight champion. You would never see that shit on main roster. Never. Not in a million years.
They only did it like 2 times, and that was when Enzo had the title. But other than that,
like crazy. Now, of course, again, this match was a good match. Not putting anything past it. The one thing that stood out to me was that interesting pin that Kushida got on Santos Escobar to win the match. When I saw that, I was like, huh, that's so realistic.
See, that's the one thing I've actually been loving about Kushida in some of his matches. He doesn't necessarily win every match with the hoverboard lock. Sometimes he just gets you in a nice little pin. Remember how he beat Santos? He trapped him in a nice little pin.
Yeah.
Got his arms, pinned his shoulders to the ground to where it's like even if he couldn't kick out completely, couldn't get his shoulder up, nothing. It was perfect, and I'm glad they did it that way because like they could have because they played the story up with him working on the arm of Santos, and to go from that, you're thinking, okay, he's going to get it by submission or something's going to happen, but for him to take it with that pin, I was just like,
well, let's sort of recap it. Santos got the first fall with the Phantom Driver.
Yes.
Then I even love how they was about to go to commercial break.
Yeah.
Wait, hold up.
Oh my god.
And then boom, here comes a cross arm breaker. Boom, Kushida get his W right back.
Yeah.
Then, like you said, Kushida was working on that arm. The next thing you know, he hit him with a beautiful Northern Lights arm trap suplex. And Santos was stuck. Like he couldn't even move. Like he was just like, well, this is where I die now. Like
this is my fate.
and I love the play with MSK coming out and even in the odds to get Mendoza and Wild out of there.
That was brilliantly done.
Because only thing I thought was weird with the match was how long the ending lasts. How he kept rubbing the belt in Santos's face and showing it off. It screamed somebody was supposed to interfere.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
It threw me off a little bit. But
so I was thinking somebody was supposed to come out.
I mean, who would have come out though?
I don't know, maybe like Jordan Devlin or something.
But again, I mean, we'll probably see depending on who his next challenger will be, because that, I mean, it could be Devlin.
Yeah,
maybe, or it could. No, because I don't want to see Malcolm Bivens. No, just
I don't need Bivens.
You know, maybe they take Kushida off of TV for maybe like a week or two, just to kind of rest and just do his thing.
Maybe Bivens might just pop up as like a janitor and be like, "Oh, hey, Kushida, I heard you clear the wrestle." You know what I'm saying? You never know.
So that was the end of NXT. Before we get into AEW, Scoot, you got any AEW news?
AEW did celebrate the fact that Blood and Guts was the #1 cable show last week, which
it's a bittersweet thing, you know.
Yeah, it's a bittersweet thing. It's bittersweet. To me, it's #1 with an asterisk because you essentially put a pay-per-view on regular TV.
Yeah.
So it was #1 with an asterisk, and it did do 1 million with views and everything. So, so congrats to them on that.
Absolutely.
Can I call that a pay-per-view on TV though?
What's up?
That is true. I mean, well, it's a special event.
The only reason why I say pay-per-view because the Blood and Guts match or War Games. Let's call it what it is. War Games was on TV.
Match is a special thing. This is without a doubt.
Yeah.
I'm just like thinking about the other 4 matches that were prior to that were just and honestly irrelevant. But
true.
Very, and that's one of the reasons why I'm mad about this show in a way that happened this week, but we'll get into that once we run through this news aspect.
Another quick news story. Jade Cargill sees China as her biggest influence.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So
wait a minute. Did I miss something? Because I felt like they promoted Jade Cargill having some type of segment.
She did on
This week.
Elevation.
Okay, that's what it was.
and she
Which
did
is-
have a segment on Dynamite.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk with you about that after this. But
okay.
yeah.
But yeah, she got a small little segment on Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
She,
But yeah, I mean,
pretty much MJF's lawyer. Yeah, is that what that was?
Yeah.
He pretty much came out, said I represent like the biggest people. I represented MJF during his whole thing.
I got him X amount of dollars. I can do the same for you.
Exactly.
Silent manager. I like that.
And then her segment was, I don't need nobody to represent me. So yeah.
She made it sound like representing her legally was the same as like representing her. And she's like, I don't need anybody to represent me. I represent me because I'm that bitch. And I was just like, you're driving that catchphrase a little too hard. But
yeah,
it's still working though.
All right. So let's roll into it, Mr. Deasley.
Okay, now the reason because of course this was a good show. This wasn't a bad show. But I'm mad at this show for two reasons.
Okay.
This show is basically sandwiched between Blood and Guts and Double or Nothing.
Okay.
A lot of the matches on this week's show should have either been on Blood and Guts or Double or Nothing.
Yes.
And now we'll get into that part later. But I mean, especially because I felt like there's a lot of matches on this week's card that kind of got shafted by time. And I felt like had they been on a bigger show, they could have had the necessary time or build to tell the story. Case in point, the first match, Jon Moxley defending his IWGP United States Championship against none other than Yuji Nagata. Now, before I get into this match, Moxley. I'm not down with the theme change. I am not down with the theme change.
Does he use that in New Japan or something?
No.
No. New Japan was a whole other thing. Like,
and I like that theme too.
Honestly, I like Death Rider more than I like unscripted Jon Moxley. I like that his paradigm shift is called the Death Rider. And that's his nickname and all that. But no, I mean his intro like has a whole video of him like escaping from something, going to this abandoned building, like he's on the run. Like, no, I'm not down for Wild Thing. This isn't what was that movie where it was Charlie Sheen is the pitcher. The baseball movie. Thank you. This isn't Major League. We don't need you running Wild Thing.
Now, and look, Mox, whether you're watching this or not, don't be defiant from people not liking this and then continue to use it. We just happen to like the other thing because it's more intense and it speaks more to your character. This 100%. Does not.
No.
When I see you walk out to this, I'm like, it's just it does this. It combats each other, and it's like I'm trying to get intense with you. I'm trying to pause. I'm trying to be there. I'm trying to experience like that walkout, coming through the crowd and getting ready to see you whoop some ass with that intensity. But when I hear a Wild Thing behind that, it's just like I'm conflicted because
you know what? I'll just say it, man. I'll throw a no homo in front of it, but fuck, man, Mox's original music is hot. Like that whole intro, it's hot. It's fucking. It exudes that energy. It looks good on it. Like fuck it, I'll say it like point blank. Like Wild Thing with that did not. I won't put it in that much detail. But when you know Mox is coming out, you're like, yeah, and then you hear Wild Thing, you're just like,
Yeah, that's
like,
exactly
yeah,
what
it's still
happened.
coming out, but the fuck. It's like
Yeah,
when you
and
get Catfish, and she's not exactly like a whole different person, but she's just different looking now than the pictures you saw.
it's like them pictures are like from 5 years ago.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know what? Perfect. The pictures are 5 years old.
So yeah, so now to the match itself. The match suffered from a lack of time. You know,
And I'm not gonna lie, I checked out.
yeah.
I checked out this
Because
match.
I especially with the build of it, I expected more. Like if this was the case, I would have rather this been on like New Japan TV or something like that.
Strong as
Because
it is.
I felt that this should have been treated way better. Like if you should have either had this on Blood and Guts, or you should have continued this build and then had it on fucking Double or Nothing.
Oof. Yes.
I mean, it just would have been better, especially if you're gonna have fans in attendance. They would have easily pumped this matchup even more.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, we judging by how the show went, we kind of know where Mox is going to be during Double or Nothing. But yeah, Mox goes over, he wins very quickly. It just I was underwhelmed with this.
Should have been more time committed to this match.
I was checked all the way out.
And that's the thing about like when you see anybody from New Japan, because it's almost like you expect a full match to tell a story, to give in time, and just to get, you know, to have that. This felt just like any old regular American professional wrestling match on TV, on big TV.
That actually makes sense. That the way you phrase it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I when he won, I didn't care after that. And especially with the way they ended this match after that, with the whole bowing, and I'm like, I don't feel like they deserved that bow. They shouldn't have done that. Because I felt like usually when you have a bigger match, I'm with that. Like if you think about AJ Styles and Nakamura for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, when the way they went at it, and then after that doing the fist bump and everything, and just, you know, kneeling down in front of each other, I'm like, yo, that's what deserves that. When I think about a bow at the end like that, it's like, oh yeah, because we just beat the shit out of each other. So, but yeah, I didn't get that. So yeah, but again,
I understand that, right?
but I mean, but again, I mean, I always enjoy seeing, you know, the United States Championship defended by Mox. Yeah. I'm glad that he has the respect for that title that he does. I'm also glad that commentary, or not, Justin Roberts rather, did the old like WCW deal where, you know, when anybody that came from another promotion, they were like representing New Japan.
Oh yeah,
Eugene Nagata was like, yo, I'm glad they did that, because it was old TNT thing. Same thing with WCW. Like, yeah, thank you.
Hey, quick question. Yo, can y'all get that music outside?
No.
Okay, cool. It's pretty loud. I don't want any copyright strikes because my neighbors want to play loud ass music. So okay, cool.
Now, from that, I'm more so conflicted again, because Cody, and the way they marketed this, or the way they promoted it, was he had yet another announcement for like the 150th time, because Cody has more announcements than anybody.
I feel like he just loves giving those great promos, and he knows that he does them so well.
Yeah, true.
I mean, they're just over dramatic in that way. But anyway,
here's where my problem lies, because Cody's not the problem in this at all. Cody is actually saving grace for this whole deal that's about to go down, and this is where my issue lies, is the whole factory thing with Anthony Ogogo, because I feel they're going in the right direction, but they started wrong. It's almost, what is it? It's poor planning, but with a good execution.
Yes.
Because I feel with the way that they're doing this, because the whole storyline sets stuff up, doing the whole America versus the foreigner thing. Cool. I'm completely down with that. It factors into the whole thing with Cody taking up the new nickname just for that, for that one night. I love the promo. But the problem is the factory got intertwined in this when I feel like this should just been Anthony Ogogo running down America coming out to build him up, because the factory doesn't help him. Him coming out and disparaging America and just doing that whole thing and knocking people out and covering everybody with what the UK flag, or whatever. It's like just doing that to everybody and then disparaging and then having Cody come out and just like represent America. That would have been perfect. But him being thrown in with this whole factory thing takes away from it. Now, that's why it makes it hard for me to care, because everything Cody was saying in the beginning of it when he brought out the promo about, him talking down everything about, America, I'm like, I must have missed something, because I haven't seen him come on the mic on Dynamite, and if he has done anything on Elevation or Dark, anybody that watches regular Dynamite hasn't seen that. So it's like Cody coming out and saying, hey, you said this, and everybody's like, wait, who said that?
He did on Dynamite one time.
He was on Dynamite like since the factory started being a thing.
Yeah, he
said you know what?
About how he didn't like being in his country and other stuff.
You know what the funniest shit was though? For I don't know, a good 3/4 of Dark up until this point, he's been on commentary.
Who?
Ogogo has been on commentary on Dark for a good like 3/4 of Dark's existence.
Really?
Yeah.
Has he been talking shit about America?
I mean, he got towards that like when the factory started becoming a thing, but yeah, prior to that, I mean, it was mainly him, Excalibur, and like Taz. Yeah, Excalibur, him, and Taz like on commentary.
Interesting.
So,
and you know what?
Yeah. So I was just when they kept on featuring him on commentary, I was like, what are they doing with him? Because there's no way that this Olympic medalist is not there's no way that he's not going to be wrestling in some capacity. And when I found out that he was just part of the factory thing, I was just like, it just again makes so much sense in my head to call them like a Suicide Squad faction, just people that you would just never put together. But no, he I'm sorry, I feel like I interrupted at your point, but
no. I'm about to hear it said like I didn't know he was featured on Dark that much. Like
he was definitely on commentary for a minute, and then I never really caught enough Dark past that to see if he was really draping the UK flag all over people. To your point, a little bit.
When he punched Cody, he had no problem just draping that flag right over Cody last week.
Yeah, I was like, that looked like a habit.
Yeah. And that's the thing, and it's like now. Granted, I have to backtrack a little bit. Mm-hmm. He probably did say some things on Dynamite, but because of the factory stuff, I skipped over all that shit. So if he had said something, then it's my fault that I missed it because I just didn't care enough to watch anything factory related. But that goes more to my point of just the whole factory storyline just being completely uninteresting. And this is why it's a detriment to Ogogo, because had he been able to just do this shit on his own, this would have been better for him.
They could have just debuted him solo, like especially because he'd already been on commentary. You could have been like, "Oh, hey guys, by the way, I'm actually going to be debuting in ring," or something like that, and he could start sweeping people because he's the Olympic medalist boxer, and. Mm-hmm. And then eventually he could have like just busted a shot on Cody Rhodes at some point, and now we have UK versus like America.
Yeah,
I just felt like Cody's promo being so directed at Ogogo for the one time he got gut checked and then had a flag draped on him. I just felt like Cody's reaction was extreme. Like, this man here hates this country, wants to drape flags on people. I was like, you got sucker punch, man. Like, calm down.
and that's the thing, though, because that's 2 points. One, to what I was saying before, how had this been a better build just for Ogogo by himself, this would have made more sense. And then two, a testament to Cody, because he actually got me interested with that promo in Anthony Ogogo now, just to see, okay, well, had they done something different, I would have been even more interested before. And again, to the comparison between Cody and Charlotte, you don't see Charlotte doing this. Charlotte doesn't go out and cut a promo on somebody and makes me instantly interested in the person that she's going up against. Right. Cody, we all know Cody's coming on here to basically build Anthony Ogogo up. Whether Cody loses or wins is not even a factor at this point, because Cody could win and build him up. Cody could possibly lose. See, but that's the thing. We can go into this match saying, I'm not sure if Cody's going to win or lose. With Charlotte, she goes in. It's almost like you damn near expect her to go in and take the W.
Yeah.
And again, this whole thing is really in favor of Anthony Ogogo, because he's going to go in and be showcased in Double or Nothing and come out looking amazing because of Cody.
Yeah.
But this is where Cody shines, building up and coming talent. And this is why I like him in this role rather than him being shoehorned into this whole nightmare family drama bullshit. This is where he needs to be. And then he can go off and then take off that stipulation and then go after the AEW championship whenever MJF inevitably wins it. So, but yeah.
All right. So, my opinions
on this.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to hear it.
I fucking hated this promo. And I've been sitting here thinking, should I really like say something? Because y'all kind of, but shit. No.
What you hate about it?
I'm one foot in.
He started talking about how things were in America. And, you know, we can get slightly real for a little bit, just slightly real, and kind of
this was my grave.
Kind of, you know what I'm saying? Because if y'all ever follow Mr. Yeager Bombastic there, he posted some real shit. And, Cody's talking about how, with the presidential election and, he was talking about how, him and Brandy, and I understand.
I was like, yo,
y'all going to have a beautiful half white, half black daughter and everything, but ain't shit sweet, fam. Ain't shit sweet in this world right now. And, I'm going to play a clip, and I hope it's not a copyright thing, but from the Jobber Tears podcast, Sir Wilkins is one of the guys who is one of the people on the podcast, and he does like a little daily coffee talk thing. And this is what he had to say about that podcast. And I'm going to just play y'all the audio because it's kind of how I felt. Give me 1 second to find it.
Good.
No, but that's where. Oh, you got it?
Here you go.
Last night, I was excited. I was so excited. I was at work, and everybody was talking about Cody Rhodes' promo on AEW Dynamite. And then I was like, oh my God, was this promo that good? People were talking about it all over my timeline. So I searched all over the internet to look for the promo. And y'all motherfuckers fooled me. The internet wrestling community fooled me. You fooled the hell out of me. Y'all really thought that this promo was good? Y'all made me think this promo was good. Y'all made me think this was the next coming of a Dusty promo. Y'all made me think this was The Rock's promo against Billy Gunn. Y'all made me think this was a legendary promo. And you know what? Cody believed it was a legendary promo. His cadence, his passion during the promo was everything. But he ain't. Everything he said made no sense. And I'm sitting there like, what? What am I watching? Because I love you, Cody. But you made no sense last night. You started talking about your biracial unborn child. Shout out to you and Brandy. Congratulations to them. But why are you talking about her? Why the hell you got to talk about it? He's not talking about some other stuff that America is freedom. No! Cody, read the room. Did you not see what happened January 6th? Did you not see the trial that's going on? Cody, I expect way much more from you. You made no sense last night. And the thing about it, you drank your own Kool-Aid and you thought you made sense. You really thought you made sense. You made no sense. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your boy, so the Job It Is podcast.
Shouts out to my homie like that, Sir Wilkins.
Yo, is he getting emotional right there?
You know what I'm saying? We're going to plug other folks because, we got to keep it all in the loop. Shout out to the Job It Is podcast, Sir Wilkins, Mr. Black Janelle from HR. But definitely shout out to my man, Sir Wilkins, because when Sir Wilkins be telling the truth about stuff, I be feeling them. And that's kind of how I felt with that promo.
Now,
because I kind of felt what he said, and I also kind of felt what you said, Jaeger, by 2 gut punches. And is this level now? Like,
thank you.
You went from 0 to 100 real fucking quick. But you couldn't just simply say, yo, a go-go, you and I, double or nothing. We doing this.
True.
Nah.
And you know what? No. I'm gonna even tell you where they fucked up. I'm gonna tell you where they fucked up. And it could happen later, but where they fucked up then, I don't know if any of y'all paid attention. What was the one thing y'all thought was gonna come from this promo? Especially what happened to Cody last week.
You mean in terms of like
besides a match announcement?
Besides the match announcement with a go-go, what the one thing y'all was waiting to hear? Because I was waiting to hear it the whole time.
I mean, the only thing the only thing that I was waiting to hear, which he did say it, was American Dream.
No. I was glad about that. With all that animosity and what happened to you last week, shouldn't Cody have said, "Oh yeah, a go-go, our match at Double or Nothing is a flag versus flag match"?
Oh, I'm glad that didn't happen.
I mean, it would have made sense, but
it would have absolutely.
But all I'm saying is, my personal opinion, is this match really Double or Nothing worthy?
It's not, and it's not because of the people involved. It's more so to the build up, because again, had this whole factory shit not had happened, and this had just been Anthony Ogogo coming down, having matches, disparaging America, and then building himself up as a heel, then yeah, this would have been a Double or Nothing worthy match for the build. But that's more to the point to why to some people, even you, Scoot, and you too, Jaeger, why this promo made 0 sense, because like it's almost like why.
And the only reason why I say flag versus flag because Cody has been kind of bringing an old school like mentality, when he wrestles. So that's the reason why I said flag versus flag. Of course, they would have kind of spiced it up a little bit AEW style, but all of that, and I'm thinking to myself, oh shit, we about to get a flag versus flag match, especially after he draped you in the flag and everything. And it was just like, nah, we just gonna have a match, a go-go.
I'm gonna give them room. I'm gonna give them room to add stipulations because we do still have 2 shows until Double or Nothing.
True.
So they gotta have room for escalation. So I'm sure you're gonna have like Cody getting jumped by a go-go or vice versa, things to make it like worse than another. I'm sure at one point somebody's gonna choke the other person with a flag, and then we're gonna get a flag versus flag match. I don't know. But I just said there's still room for stipulations to be added. So I won't complain about it until we give our predictions on the actual pay-per-view.
True.
Which that might be a hard one to do.
Oh yeah.
Because that AEW is going to be on that Friday.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if we do it that Saturday and hurry up and put it out, that might be a little difficult to do.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll do what we got to do.
But this is more the reason why all these factions are not necessary, because it's taken away from when you have a potential star in Anthony Ogogo, who, case in point, you could have another single star being built up and drop the ball right there. Like, again, I'm only mad because of the potential that they could have had with this and my hate for the factory. So, because he just like the reason for this faction is there is none at all whatsoever.
I'm going to ask you a quick question about the factory.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything they could do to Legado del Fantasma themselves?
No.
Okay.
No, because I don't care about QT Marshall. Right now, I only know Anthony Ogogo's name. I don't even know the other people within it.
Nick Camarado and
Aaron Solo.
There we go.
Yeah.
And Cornette also made a great joke. He was like, how you put it? Camarado, Solo, Ogogo, sound like you about to do a demonic chant when you said their names like that.
So yeah, it's just and plus like the faction just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't like
a faction just to have a faction.
It's basically just the dark version of the Nightmare Factory.
Basically,
the heel version.
Yeah, but again, like you have a handful of people in like the Nightmare Factory who you just can't put a face to the name. So them splitting off and having zero identity, like it just did them no favors.
It didn't.
But had you built Anthony Ogogo up during this time while they were in the Nightmare family, and then started that Discord during that time, and then shown why these few broke apart from this,
then
I would have been like, okay, that's somewhat more interesting now. But it's not, because they just, we're done with Nightmare family. Oh, y'all had issues? We didn't know. But whatever. But what?
Maybe we're looking at Dark and Elevation wrong. Maybe we're not looking at it like, oh, this show needs to be plugged more. It's more like how you kind of like, if like a new person to wrestling, you try to explain to them NXT and WWE shows. Like, oh, if you're not watching NXT, then you're just simply missing out. Like you're actually missing out on the real product of WWE. Like, we're not trying to call Dark and Elevation like the real product right now, but we're just maybe we can just start treating them more with the, oh man, here's just what you missed out on. Like these are actually
and I've said it before. If Dark can get the stench of glorified squash matches out of it, I could watch it. Like if we really started seeing the roster fighting the roster, then Elevation and Dark, I can really see it. But when
Elevation has done, or at least the few episodes that I've watched, everything that they've done on Elevation has had relevance to Dynamite, or it's been wrestlers that are relevant to Dynamite. Like they've had Kenny Omega on there, they've had Moxley on there, they've had Ty Conti, Britt Baker, like the list goes on. So
but were they fighting people of?
They were fighting people that were like prominent and Dark. Like saying like, so you got your Layla Hirsch, you had Ty Conti fighting against like Diamante. Oh, actually, that was Thunder Rosa too, fighting against Diamante. So I mean, people that hey, if they're actually gonna need a little bump, maybe get a storyline.
Every now and then you will get
you'll get
match.
Yeah, you'll get some good matches. Like that's really what Elevation I feel like it's gotten to be. It's the people that are prominent on Dark or getting stronger on Dark are actually starting to become more your mid card, I guess, on Elevation, and then you're gonna still have your Dynamite prominence, like still taking on matches.
Okay, but yeah, if they can ever shake that stench off for me, I'll watch it.
That's fair.
Other than that, I'm like you. This has probably been the biggest faction misfire to me. Yeah. Because Solo, Ogogo, and Camarado don't mean nothing to anybody if they never watched Dark, or Elevation.
Yeah. And then QT Marshall's just.
And QT, once again, other than him being on Dynamite when he was Dustin's tag team partner and stuff, if you never really, you'd be like, why this flunky all of a sudden mad? Not to call QT a flunky for real, but I'm just thinking of the overall wrestling mind. It'll be like if all of a sudden X-Pac he kind of did do that. But DX had broke up first before X-Pac started X Factor. So DX did break up, but okay, fine. It'll be like if fucking Horace Hogan left the NWO and just started some faction to try to fight the NWO, and it'd be like, Horace Hogan, what the fuck are you doing? Like, motherfucker, we didn't even know you were still NWO. Like, where the fuck you been at? I mean, and no really slight to Horace Hogan. I mean, we all know you was only there because you Hogan's nephew. So fuck you if you're mad. But yeah.
But yeah, from one double-edged sword of a situation, it's to another. The AEW Tag Team Championship match. This suffered from the same thing that the first match suffered from.
Not enough time.
And it should have been on either Blood and Guts.
No.
This should have definitely been on.
No, this match should have been on this show. What had too much time? Quick fast forward to the future. The Darby and Miro match had way too much time.
Yes.
That did.
But we're going to talk about Darby and Miro when we get there.
Yeah.
But if they would have cut down 10 minutes of that match and gave it to the Bucks, and especially with the stipulation of SCU.
Yeah. Now, the reason why I say this should have gone on either one of those shows is one, because with Blood and Guts, like
I don't think you need an explanation, man. It's fucking
no. I mean from Scoot's point on why this was on this show. Like, I don't think it should have been on this because one, they were building it up to the Dynamite prior to Blood and Guts, so if they could have had it on there instead of that fucking 4-way.
True.
Or I would have rather them had this at Double or Nothing, because why would you not want to have this match, especially the last match of SCU, spoiler alert, they lost, in front of fans?
I mean, we told y'all that last week, that RIP SCU. Like, it was happening.
And it's just like, and again, this was a good match, but I felt like it could have been built up a lot better, could have went longer, and could have had that impact, especially when you have fucking Christopher Daniels get busted open like that. That the imagery with that alone is just it's
the spot where he's bleeding all over the shoes.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just amazingly done.
Once again, just like how Mr. Lip Dizzle changed his mind on Legato, I want to give a shout out to Matt and Nick for y'all's great heel work. I appreciate all the heelish things y'all was doing this week, except for the whole Shawn Michaels Ric Flair thing that could have been left out. But to each their own. But shout out to Matt and Nick.
They plugged that they were going to do that on BTE.
Oh
yeah, the Bucks heel work. I mean, one, watching Matt pull the whole Randy Savage point and spin when he did that shit. Then I give credit to Matt a lot, but Nick as a heel, amazing. Like he just has the look and the facials for it.
It's just the fact that Nick just doesn't talk.
Yeah, but that's what his facials though. His facials as a heel, perfect. I need them to be heels almost forever, just to keep it moving for a little bit. But yeah, that. I mean, it's no surprise that the Bucks were going over. I did for a split second, I almost thought that Daniels and Kazarian could have taken it. just for the fucks of it. But then it clicked in my head again. I was like, well, they were the first AEW tag team champions, so that clearly they've already got their rub for this. This is it.
I mean, technically that was Sky and Kazarian.
Well, yeah, true. True. But still, SCU, they could have pulled that free bird rule because I think Daniels got hurt, right?
Yeah, Daniels got hurt or something like that.
So,
I loved this match. I just did not appreciate the disrespect given for this match. This match should have been like a 40-minute match. I don't know, a half-hour match. It should have been on a pay-per-view. They should have definitely did the spot where they showed them like doing their goodbye or they're breaking up. Like they definitely should have done that better than oh hey, during the commercial break, by the way.
Hold on. Hey, Jaeger, just like the podcast name, tag me in right quick. So we're gonna just do that.
There we go.
You interrupt a group's breakup to show Moxley and Kingston destroy the Elite's locker room. That could have been shown after the commercial break and be like, oh hey, this is what happened during the commercial break. You disrespected Daniels and Kazarian's quote unquote last matches SCU to show Moxley and Kingston destroy a locker room. They didn't even beat up nobody.
The disrespect.
Just to show them destroy a locker room.
Yes.
Daniels is fucking bleeding profusely. Kazarian looking like, yo, we lost that match. And y'all gonna say, oh, this is what happened during the commercial break. The fuck was that? AEW? Like, the Iconics got more screen time than that. Yeah, I said it. What was that? Daniels and Kazarian, legends. Regardless of when you said legends, they gave themselves a stipulation. Everybody knew going in they were going to lose, and y'all did nothing. Good job, AEW, on that. Good fucking job. Because if you wanted to shit on SCU's final match, good fucking job.
Like, holy shit. I really hope they don't do that shit for any other tag team ever again.
And don't pull no then don't pull no bullshit on next week. We're going to give them the proper send off. Nope, you fucked it up. You fucked it up.
Yeah, they definitely did. And it's like they didn't learn their lesson from the commercial fiasco from the previous week. And it's more to the reason why these big matches need to be on commercial free shows.
Yes.
Blood and guts.
You got the money. Use the money.
Thank you. This situation is
I don't know what Tony Khan was thinking on that one or why he didn't pay TNT to have that match commercial free.
Oh no, he just did the same thing he did last week. He did his best impersonation of Dave Chappelle with all that money and the crown and the glasses.
But you fucked up AEW and SCU, Daniels, Kazarian. I know y'all probably not retiring, but thank y'all for SCU.
Yes.
I don't know where Scorpio Sky fits in all of this because y'all haven't said shit about if Scorpio Sky was still in SCU or not, but that's a different story.
So Daniels cut a great promo on that same BTE that I plugged y'all for. Daniels cut when he pretty much said, he said, Sky, well, like people find a lot of like solutions for their frustrations, and Sky's doing his thing right now.
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
Like, so they're not saying that he isn't part of SCU, but they're saying that he's handling his business.
Okay, but that was horrible booking.
Yeah,
on y'all's part.
Yeah, and to add more salt to the disrespect, just like you said, Scoot, to cut away from that, to basically plug Mox and Kingston messing up a dressing room. Basically showing, hey, okay, well, now that we're done with this, here's your next title picture for the tag titles.
And not even only that. The way was it Shivani that was like, wait, there's something to go. Who was it that was talking about? Wait, there's something going on in the back right now. I'm thinking somebody's back there getting beat the fuck up.
I was thinking that Mox and Kingston were jumping the Bucks after the match. That would be my only reason to cut the camera off a team that's getting disbanded.
Like, you would have thought somebody was back there getting shot the way that they was like, we got to cut away. And I was like, put Moxley and Kingston to fucking trash a dressing room. Like, and they ain't even do a good job at that.
Right.
They just flip the table of food over and throw some chairs.
And they flip the table.
I mean, what? Yeah. Nakazawa and Cutler can clean that in like 30 minutes.
Poor Brandon Cutler. He was doing good wrestling. Like, he finally started getting wins. Now he's just
the cold spray guy.
But we go from that disrespect to someone who needs all the respect right now. Britt Baker. She had a nice little interview.
Wait. I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. May 14th. It's been on record. It's been on video. To give you an exact time, it is May 14th, almost 7 p.m. our time. If Britt Baker does not beat Hikaru Shida at Double or Nothing, the whole women's division is dead to me. The only way Britt Baker does not win that belt from Shida is Baker gets injured. And they have to scramble for a different finish.
There's no scramble.
Yeah. Right. She better pull a Stone Cold and still beat Owen Hart.
No. I'm just saying there's no scramble, because then if you scramble for an opponent, it's going to be Chris Statlander, because that's who's really going to beat Hikaru Shida and take that belt.
Yeah, no. Britt Baker has to win that title from Shida. Period. Especially because the stars aligned perfectly so far. Especially with the way that she brought everything up and the way that it played out. They had their match earlier this year. She broke Britt's nose. Then she went on the show for a little bit. That helped her become a great heel during that time. So it was perfect. And to come from that to this and to win the title from Shida, that's how I'm seeing this go. So, I can't praise Britt Baker enough for her heel work and the way that she has elevated herself, no pun intended, up to this point to be a credible heel, to evolve into a credible champion. So
Britt Baker's legitimately done the work. She's gone on Dark and Elevation back-to-back nights, done the matches. I'm not sure how they record it, but at least that's how they're presenting it. There's no way that Britt Baker loses this. If she does, I might be in the same boat with Scoot. If the next person to take that belt is not Statlander.
True. I mean, I agree with you. She nothing more than Zizi said. She just needs to win. Yeah. And ironically enough, you stated that they would, or Scoot said they would have to scramble because they clearly scrambled for a finish in the Cassidy versus Pac match. Cassidy got kicked flush in the face. When I saw that, and I saw how immediately his head just went from regular pigment to just beet red.
Yeah, he was. It came out that he was legitimately knocked out.
God.
And that
I was worried about that too.
And it did seem like he was supposed to beat Pat.
Well, what they said for that finish. They said what the finish was supposed to be a time limit draw. That's what it was supposed to go to. But since he was knocked out, they had Kenny go out there and hit Pac with the belt and just do a count out. So, or a 10 count finish.
I mean, honestly, that scramble to a finish seemed like legit, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they made it work for sure. But Cassidy, like, yeah. And then to go from that to Pac picking him up and then power bombing him right after that.
Yeah.
Whoa. Hey, guys. Wait. Not to interrupt our AEW talk.
No. What's happening?
Is there footage you can pull to that one though? Look, I kind of want
to see the kick.
Yeah. While you scramble for that, New Jack has passed away from a heart attack.
What?
Guys.
What?
Yeah.
The bad boy in professional wrestling, the badass, the asshole of professional wrestling.
He has passed away from a heart attack at the age of 58.
Damn. Like just now?
That's what is literally popping up like as of maybe about 6:30. But
damn.
Hold on a second.
A lot of places are talking about it. So yeah. Like you said, the bad boy, the the killer.
Yeah.
The killer of professional wrestling. Yeah, he has passed away at the age of 58 from a heart attack. Wow. Okay.
Jesus, that's wild.
Well, I mean, you
always wonder when you get like live news, like what are you going to be doing like that? But how you're going to react to it. But damn, that sucks. That's crazy though.
Yeah. But yeah, I've seen multiple wrestling sites talking about it. So
damn.
Huh. But yeah. Wasn't expecting to see that today.
No, not at all. That because granted, and it's weird, especially when you don't really think about certain people at the time. Because everybody knows, New Jack, but nobody's up just like talking about him over and over again. But then you hear this type of news, and then it's just like, how do you react to it? Because then you immediately start to go to, memories of like, that, which is why I said, the bad boy, the asshole, because he's probably, a feared guy. Sometimes he's one to say outlandish shit and not give a shit. Like the one person who just didn't care about anybody
was New Jack
at certain points. Yeah. And when you think about him, you think about the way people felt about him in certain ways. Like, yo, somebody I didn't want to fuck with, somebody I don't want any problems with, somebody I don't want to work with or get in the ring with, because I'm afraid that he gonna do some shit to me that's not legal. So
right.
That and I just told a couple of friends. I just told a couple of friends, and they one of them just immediately said, "Rest in peace, you scary MFer."
Hey?
Yeah,
basically. And that's a general consensus. And the thing is, anytime like we said bad boy or asshole in that way, it's like nobody means it in a way that disparages him. It's just the fact that that's if just who he was.
History.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
but yeah. So R.I.P. New Jack.
R.I.P. indeed. Now, hopefully, they say it comes in threes. Hopefully, we don't get two other wrestlers.
I'm a say this line, and nobody takes it sacrilegious, but I guess give them hell in heaven.
I like that.
I like it.
I do like that.
R.I.P.
There you go.
But
there we go.
Yes, the kick that laid out, because that's what we was at. The kick that laid out Pac. Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
Well, be careful with footage, because AEW has a very particular history of copyrighting people when they show their footage and stuff. So be careful.
That's fine. See what 9 times out of 10, what'll happen is the same thing that happened when we showed Shaq's Black Tornado.
Oh yeah.
So when I showed that clearly got cut. Hey, don't look.
Really?
Only thing they can do is just cut this shit. So hey, if you're watching this right now, people, and you don't see what I'm about to show, then hey, just know it was YouTube that did it.
Blame AEW YouTube.
Yeah, we're gonna blame yeah.
AEW.
Yeah, there it is.
There we go.
Because apparently AEW is very bloodthirsty for people showing their clips and stuff.
Yes.
All the AEW things now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Let's go.
So here's the footage.
I remember this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. Good kick, yes.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, he
then to go from that.
Oh no. Yeah, no. Oh yeah. And there's no life. There's no life there. And
his body went limp.
No, he did not kick. That was Pat kicking him off. Oh,
absolutely.
And I was gonna diss this match but since I know what happened, and the only reason I was gonna really diss this match because it's the trope I hate with referees. Cassidy was laying there. Aubrey was staring at the entrance. You clearly saw Pac was standing next to you. You turn around, Pac is now on the ground, out. And you're just like, oh, okay, well, let me start. Like, I'm not saying you have to automatically accuse Kenny Omega, who's now magically outside the ring. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying you have to accuse him, but something has to.
She should be.
The man was just standing there.
She should be asking questions. She should be checking on the wrestler. Yes. She should do something.
He was standing next to you. If anything, Pat, did you just have a heart attack? I didn't mean for that to rhyme. Did you just have a heart attack or something? Like, why are you now on the ground?
Exactly. Because because it's something that makes sense, like in tag matches. Because hey, you can be like, well, who hit him or what happened here? Obviously, but if you're in a one-on-one match and you're checking on the other competitor, and the one competitor that you don't have eyes on just ends up being laid out. I mean,
you might want to blame the closest person to you.
Yeah. But yeah, I get that, Scoot, and I definitely don't blame you because that's a misstep on their part. But I also, it's still weird because given the situation and the way they had to kind of figure out what to do. Yeah,
it would have been better. It would have been better if, granted, Cassidy was still on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been better if Kenny and Nakazawa both came out and they each attacked a person. That way the match could have ended in no contest.
Yeah, I like that.
But to just, like I said, Pac clearly was standing there. Pac is now on the ground. And he's not on the ground, but he's out. And it was like, okay.
Well, fuck it. Let me just count then.
Let me just count it. And all of that to lead to a triple threat match at Double or Nothing, which I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah. See, and that's the bad thing that I hate about title matches with triple threat stipulations, because for me, it's like, okay, somebody's in there to catch the pin, which 9 times out of 10 is going to be Cassidy. And the only person that's walking away 9 times out of 10 is the champion.
Yes.
Retaining the title. So, yeah. So the only person that really suffers from this, no disrespect to Cassidy, is Pac, because he's in this match now, which he deservedly so should be in this match, absolutely. But to basically just be another defense. So, it's hard for me to care about this. Like I'm more intrigued with the possibility of Andrade trying to go after the AAA championship from Kenny. Like I'm more interested in that aspect rather than what's going on in AEW right now, as far as the title picture.
And I don't know if y'all saw, but there's going to be a 6-way match at there's supposed to be a 6-way match to determine Kenny's number one contender. And Impact.
Yeah, a qualifier that Christian Cage is a part of.
No. I'm talking about Impact.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, on Impact, they're having a six-man match to determine Kenny's number one contender in Impact.
Okay. Yeah, that's damn it. I need Kenny to do more wrestling. That's what I need. Yeah. I need Kenny to do more wrestling.
You see, but that's a double-edged sword itself, because then he's in no way going to be believably a multi-champ like that, because you can't tell me that he's going to go out like week after week, or maybe like a couple of weeks after a couple of weeks, and defend a belt and not get worn down.
True.
Like I like that I kind of like his angle right now, because he has so many belts, to just be the guy that's like talking tough and like kind of saving it for the pay-per-view. Like he gets his spots in when he needs to get like some action, but they don't really mean anything for him.
To give y'all the names real quick, it's going to be Ace Austin, TJP, Triple XL, which I think is
that's
Wait, I'm sorry. Wrong match. My bad. I'm reading the wrong match. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm reading the match about the tag titles. Okay. It is going to be Chris Sabin, Chris Bay, Sami Callihan, Matt Cardona, Trey Miguel, and Moose.
And who's the last one?
Moose.
I'm gonna say, if I had to pick
Kenny.
If I had to pick 3 off the top of that dome, it would be Matt Cardona, Moose, and Sami Callihan.
I would say Moose was the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
I would probably say Trey Miguel, because they've been building him up pretty well. Damn it, and I mean to make that rhyme. And the third one, maybe Callahan. Maybe Callahan, but definitely Moose is, I think, is going to be the one.
I'm going to say Matt Cardona or Chris Sabin.
But hey, if you guys want to watch it, it'll be on tomorrow night. Any Impact fans out there?
I'll catch the highlights.
Yeah, no Impact fans. I'm gonna check this out. Anybody? Nobody? All right. Going once, going twice.
Okay.
All right.
Let me ask. Hey, Loki, do you care about Impact at all? Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry, Impact, but we care only because Kenny's got a belt.
But again, AEW still has done nothing to help Impact completely. So
I mean, they gave him Private Party for like a few weeks, right?
Like 2 weeks. Like it wasn't even that long.
And then what do we have? Or who's over there now? Nobody?
Nobody. Except for Kenny.
Finn is still over there. Why did I say Finn? Finn Juice is still over there.
But they're representing NJPW though.
That's what I'm saying. Another brand has their people still invested in the Impact brand. Kenny is doing like camera spots on Impact? Is he actually wrestling?
No, I don't think he's going to wrestle Saturday. It's going to be Kenny and the Good Brothers versus Willie Mack, Swan, and somebody else.
Mm.
It is a 6-man match that's supposed to happen. Hold on.
Yeah, Moose has to win that 6-man match.
Give me a second. It is.
I want to see Moose or Cardona win that.
Oh, my bad. It's not Willie Mack. Because Willie Mack will be fighting Morrissey.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I completely got the names wrong. It's Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers versus Eddie Edwards and Finjuice.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That makes sense.
Tag match tomorrow night. So, I mean, if y'all want to watch Kenny and the Good Brothers, they're going to be on tomorrow night.
I'll watch that. Is that the main event?
I'm pretty sure. If it's not the main event, then they're going to probably make that 6-way fight the main event.
Yeah. What was that lip you said?
I'll catch the highlights. That's gonna be my that's my Impact tagline. I'll catch the highlights. Okay. Yeah, but
yeah.
What happened next on AEW? I didn't really care about as much.
Okay.
And that's the Pinnacle Coronation.
Okay. Before we get there, let's discuss AEW's Blood and Guts from the mind of one Jim Cornette. I purposely waited for this episode because I wanted to hear him talk about Blood and Guts, and I wanted to hear him see what he had to say and see that he was going to be just as angry as us or whatnot. The match was perfectly fine until Chris Jericho entered. And once Chris Jericho entered, that's when the match went to shit.
Wow.
That's virtually how he paraphrased it. He said everything about this match was A-okay. I was even enjoying it. He was like them using weapons, but everything was perfectly fine until Chris Jericho entered. That's when all of the comedy spots and all of the unnecessary things. He says, you have a bat in your hand. Who chokes somebody out with a bat? You're going to be beating somebody with a bat. You're not going to choke a person out with a bat. And he was like, all the other stuff they were doing. And he said, and I guess the other issue, he was, of course, going back to the old days. The match shouldn't last so long once the match starts. He said when the match starts, usually in war games, is maybe 5-10 more minutes, then the fight is over. He said no, it was a lot. And he was like, somehow Chris, MJF got to the top. He said even a lot of that stuff was okay. But then he said when it got to the end, they were teasing, I'm going to push him. No. I'm going to push him. No. I'm going to push him. Okay, we quit. And then, of course, he said, anybody can see Chris was going off of that cage. And he said, just like the exploding barbed wire, it was a poof.
Yes. So
yes,
it was.
He really didn't slice the match up as bad as we thought. He just said everything was okay until Chris Jericho got in the ring. He did have issues with the commercial breaks.
But don't we all?
But yeah, he said everything was okay for a War Games match up until Chris entered. And from then on, that's when the match kind of went to shit.
All right.
And
Cornette.
And you know what?
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
And it took me for you to say that, Scoot, about what to kind of rephrase what Cornette said.
And kind of too, like when hearing him break it down, I was like, shit, the match didn't really go bad until Chris entered.
Yeah,
because looking back at it, like I'm watching the match, I'm like of course, like we talked about last week, talked about the imagery of it and how everything looked from the beginning and moving forward. Every time I think about somebody from Inner Circle coming in, when you go from Sammy to Ortiz to Santana to Hager, like like anytime they came in and elevated the match even more, I'm like, yo, this match is better than I was assuming it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then you think about it, and you think when it gets closer to the end, how my enthusiasm for the match kind of just went like this a little bit. Not completely, but I kind of checked out halfway. And of course, the commercial spots didn't help. But again, shit like that, like it never registered until you said it. And I'm thinking like, yeah, that's kind of the way it went for me when I watched it.
And another complaint, he was like, there were 8 other men in that match. Why was nothing else happening when Jericho and MJF was on the top? There was nothing happening with the 8 other men.
Yeah. I mean, well, all camera footage went off of them completely. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but like I said, his biggest complaint was really when Jericho entered, that's when the match went downhill. And of course, the poof. The poof. But other than that, he didn't really, now the rest of the show, different story. But but Blood and Guts, he really didn't have issues. Now, there was a WWE story that reportedly the higher ups said that this match set the wrestling business back 30 years.
No, there's no higher ups that said that. That was Vincent Kennedy McMahon himself.
That's true. And I guess they was mad at all the blood in Blood and Guts. But the consensus of the story was the higher ups, or VKM, was mad, but the wrestlers survey in WWE was kind of like, I wouldn't mind if we did a War Games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Why is War Games like reserved for NXT?
For now. Until
I have no problem
VKM wants to take it.
I think it needs to stay specifically on NXT.
Yeah, because I can't think of 10 people in WWE right now that would make sense in a War Games match.
Yeah, because
you do a Survivor Series. You could do a War Games.
That's usually around the time when NXT does their War Games.
Yeah.
So.
And Survivor Series is so trash now.
God, if I see that WWE does a Survivor Series War Games, I'm gonna be like, all right, they're listening. We're a go. I want some lawyers. Let's do this.
Oh, also, my bad. I forgot this last point because he's thinking with his wrestling history mind. He said usually baby faces win Blood and Guts. War Games. Because usually War Games is the blow-off match. Not in this case. As we saw, to tie it back into this, Ortiz, Hager, and Guevara was like, this ain't over, fam. As long as we alive, this ain't over. So it was like, okay.
Like, why isn't it though?
Exactly. And then we get to the coronation.
Yeah. And now, of course, I have no problem with the Pinnacle celebrating. That's perfectly fine. I would have appreciated this more if this set up another feud. Like somebody else having an issue with the Pinnacle. It would have been cool. Perfectly fine. The problem is because again, I had no problem with Sammy Hager and Ortiz's promo. That because I like the fact that they still want to stand up for everybody. Jericho's hurt, Santana got arrested, so they that kind of helped. That was like cool. I like them trying to take whatever fight they have, not because I thought it was going to solely stay with those three because everybody else was going to be gone. So I was like, cool. Yeah. Let's see how this ends off and we'll be perfectly fine. But once they came in with the cart and Jericho popped up, I was like, well,
I was pissed. I was
mad. I was not happy with that at all.
I was pissed. Because not only that, they were talking about how mangled up his arm was and everything. And here he shows up with this dramatic ass cast on and was like, hey, and it was like, you know what? I'm going to say this. This might be a hot take. I don't care. we can't just keep talking about Brandy Rhodes. Brandy Rhodes always wanted to be on TV. Chris Jericho is just as bad, maybe even worse. You fell technically off of a 20-foot, 15-foot
onto a concrete floor,
and you're back in a week.
All right, Superman.
Yeah,
you're back.
Well, apparently the arm brace and harness is legitimate because apparently I think they say he fractured his elbow or something like that. So I think they said it's from the fall, but I don't know. I don't know if it was something that probably happened prior to that or whatever.
And how many Dynamites we have until Double or Nothing?
I think two, yeah. Which is again crazy. And now this is more to my problem here is the fact of if you were gonna have blood and guts, and then you're gonna still have the same type of match at Double or Nothing, why not just have a build up to Double or Nothing rather than just trying to shoehorn blood and guts?
Mm-hmm.
You know, now, it's not necessary.
Mr. Lip Beasley, can you announce to the people what kind of match MJF
don't do it
challenged the Inner Circle to?
Well, yeah, as you all know, they challenged Inner Circle to a match that the Inner Circle lost last year in the Stadium Stampede that they had against the Elite plus Broken Matt Hardy.
Now,
but
I'm gonna say this. This podcast wasn't around then. I fucking hated that match.
It was basically a 5-on-5 Falls Count Anywhere match.
I fucking hated that Stadium Stampede match last year.
It went on too long.
Yes.
But I didn't have a problem with the match itself, though.
The only thing I got the purest enjoyment out of was seeing Hangman literally run the whole football. No, that was on Dynamite.
No, Matt suplexed somebody.
That was fucking stupid.
Like the whole length of the football.
That was stupid. I'm thinking of the spot on Dynamite when Hangman had ran the whole length of the field to help. It wasn't too much. It wasn't too much I enjoyed from that Stadium Stampede match last year. And
I mean,
I don't know how I feel about this one.
The only thing I really enjoyed from that aspect during that time was like the beef between Matt and Hangman. Like that was the most interesting thing to me during that time because I love that Buttonheads dynamic that they had where it just played up for so long. But to fast forward to this,
I'm not too excited.
I was actually happy for the Matt Hardy driving the golf cart spot with Kenny.
Oh yeah,
that one.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool spot.
Yeah,
because they clipped Guevara. So yeah. And then Guevara did take a very devastating one-winged angel.
Yeah.
But I was not a fan of that match. There was way too much goofiness, and I would hope the Pinnacle...
Too many form changes, too much teleportation.
Yeah, and I would hope the Pinnacle keeps it grounded, and they don't let Jericho try to Jericho it. But I'm sorry.
No. What happened?
Mr. Deasley, what's the stipulation that MJF threw out?
That's the bigger problem of all this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If the Inner Circle loses, they then have to disband, which is usually 9 times out of 10, not in the case of SCU, but usually when this shit happens here, the team that's supposed to disband if they lose usually wins.
Usually.
So this is pretty much setting up, and it's since they just lost the match to Pinnacle, pretty sure they're taking the W on this. So you just spoiled the finish of this match already.
Hold on. I'm pretty sure. I know we're talking about this, and I'm pretty sure y'all not gonna care. But Tamina and Natalya are the new women's tag team champions. But yeah.
Hey, she finally got a belt.
Okay. I mean, I don't care, but why not just put them? Why put the titles on them at WrestleMania?
Exactly. Thank you. Why not just give them their moment?
You wasted 2 match spots for no reason. You could have just easily gone through that whole gauntlet of women and then gone through the gauntlet of women in that match and then had them go the next night win the titles. Would have made more sense. But for them to leave without winning the titles, stupid. But what's also stupid is the rehash of the spraying or hosing someone down in the ring. Started off with Stone Cold and the beer truck, then followed up with Angle and the milk truck, and now followed up for a third time with the Inner Circle and the bubbly mobile.
A little bit of the bubbly truck.
A little bit of the bubbly truck.
You know what? I'm just going to top this off. Chris Jericho's narcissism is going through the roof right now.
That's
and
what,
I have no idea why.
That's what Cornette is kind of hinting at. Cornette is hinting that these are all the ideas Jericho was having while he was in WWE that he couldn't do. He's executing them now in AEW.
Too much, though. Too much, too quick.
Too much.
Yeah,
like, and pace that shit out throughout a year. I wanted to if I wanted to see a little bit of the bubbly truck, it's definitely not going to be after you supposedly went through concrete, especially not the week after.
And
you know what? Actually, that could have been saved if Jericho had just not been there.
No, I mean this whole thing should have not been done. Period. And the reason I say that is because it conflicts with these promos that they're having. Oh, you're gonna have to kill us. Oh, we're not gonna stop till we're dead. We're gonna keep if you're that mad and you have that much animosity for somebody, you're not gonna sit there and pull up with a truck and be comedic. You're gonna want to beat somebody's ass.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
So that's why when I see that, I was like, I'm done. Because now how do you go from the stuff before the blood and guts match where they go into, the locker room and they have this whole brawl, and that's what I'm expecting from this shit. I'm expecting them to crash this coronation and just fight everybody involved. Right. Like you can't show me.
I don't even like the idea that they rehash the whole kind of, not so much the spraying them with the thing, but I mean, they kind of rehashed what Orange Cassidy did to Jericho last year when he dropped all the orange juice.
Yeah.
Like they almost kind of rehashed it, only except that it didn't fall from the sky. It was a spray hose, and Sammy was just what's that carnival game where you gotta get the balloon
to spray the clowns?
Yeah, that's what Sammy was doing. He was just
ridiculous.
At least at the same time, they could at least started dousing them. And Hager, Sammy, and Ortiz could have came in and started beating the shit out of the three while they were all kind of frazzled. They could have been in there, beating them down with shit. But no, it's just, we're going to keep spraying y'all till y'all just point at us at the stage angrily.
You know what's funny? Is that they spent money for this goddamn champagne truck, yet they couldn't fit the bill on cutting the commercials for the blood and guts match.
Right?
Good job, accounting.
But yeah,
I just
very critical in your coordination because obviously you really haven't won the war yet. So
so much for a coronation there.
Right?
So much for a coronation.
I need them to move on from this. Like Inner Circle should have just stayed away for a little bit and then came back later. All this stuff is happening way too soon and way too much right now. So
why are they going so fast paced? Like, what do they have long?
I don't know. That's what's making me believe Scoot when he says he doesn't think that the Pinnacle is going to be around by the end of the year.
I think this might be the first faction that truly breaks up.
So I don't know, dude. But yeah. After this, now look, this match, I don't know what happened. I don't know where I was mentally because I feel like I completely checked out, and this match went completely under the radar for me. And that was Thunder Rosa versus Jasmine Allure.
It was a squash match.
It was a squash match. However, Jasmine Allure though.
Yeah.
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 I mean, not to take away from Thunder Rosa though.
Oh, I mean, of course not.
But,
there's never a time to take away from Thunder Rosa though.
The only thing we found out was Thunder Rosa is going to fight Serena Deeb, I think either next week or the week after for the NWA Women's title. That's the only thing that came.
Yeah. But Red Velvet is getting a title shot, I believe, first.
Yes, Red Velvet is getting a title shot.
Damn
so,
right.
Good on her. It's funny because
I think it's Red Velvet and Serena Deeb, ain't it?
Yes.
My bad.
Yeah.
Red Velvet and Serena Deeb.
But I feel like Thunder Rosa definitely said that she did not forget about Serena Deeb or
no. She said it when after she beat Jasmine. She was saying, "I'm coming to take what's mine. I'm coming for the AEW and Serena. I'm coming for my belt back." So that was it. It's nothing to really stay on this too much longer. It was a glorified squash match. Actually, it wasn't even glorified. It was a squash match.
Oh. Jasmine Allure, indeed.
So yeah.
Well then.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sucks. I mean, but I'm glad that the NWA Women's Championship is back in rotation on the show. I appreciate that because I mean it feels, and I hate saying it like this, but it feels like a secondary title that is like needed within the women's division, especially with them like dropping the ball with Sheeta and everything. But hey,
we're getting close to fixing that.
Yes. Now, Darby versus Miro. This had a lot of good, little indifferent, and some bad. First, we'll get to the good. Miro winning.
Yes.
Yo. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. The match. Well, hold on. First, we gotta go to the best good. Even better than Miro winning. So.
Oh, you're not.
Scoot or I forgot which one of y'all had messaged the post that Darby did. And I remember,
and then he actually made an actual vignette.
My reaction to that was, this needs to be a promo or a vignette, like seriously. And the moment that when the vignette started, I was like, we finally get a vignette from Darby after how long?
Since Revolution.
And then I start hearing the words from the post, and I'm like, oh, he did it. And I love this. I hate that it took so long for him to do a fucking vignette, but he made it worth it because this was given time for one. and on top of that, it's another Darby vignette. So same imagery, same, everything perfect. But we get into the match, and it started off the way that I expected it to. With, of course, Darby coming out, which the way Darby had did his paint, I loved it. But it spoke to me in a different way as well, which I'll get into in a bit. But we get from that, we get him into the ring, and Miro just goes at him. And the way that he was hounding the ref, like, ring the bell, and then still beating up on Darby, like, ring the bell. I love that.
This is my beef. At AEW's Revolution, there was a match. Miro, Kip Sabian versus Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor.
Yeah, it was a fantastic match.
And remember, Chuck and Miro, Kip and Miro were beating the shit out of Chuck and Orange
and they still had a legit match. If they really wanted to, once again, it's the second time we have said this, or second time I'm saying this, if they really wanted to truly show Miro's dominance, he beat the shit out of Darby for about 5 minutes. And the moment Darby said, ring the bell, let's do it, he took a Machka kick, and that should have been it.
And that's what I thought was going to happen.
So I think we all wanted to happen there.
Hey, guys. I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt this. There's a segment going on right now with Apollo Crews. And remember the match they had at WrestleMania, the Nigerian drum fight, and how we kept talking about those were Nigerian steel steps? They legitimately had steel steps with the Nigerian colors on them. Just now, because he was giving Commander Aziz a medal, and Aziz was standing on top of steel steps painted in the Nigerian colors.
We said it here first, y'all.
We did.
Yeah.
We said it here first.
So yes, that actually we finally got Nigerian steel. Maybe somebody heard us. But
imported Nigerian steel.
But yeah, sorry. Darby shouldn't have had as much offense as he had, because as that match kept going, I didn't know for sure if Miro was going to win.
Now, here's the thing about that. Now, see, this would have made sense, like Darby fighting back, had this been a match without him being jumped by Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky the week prior, being thrown down those stairs. Yes. This was their perfect chance to have Darby just completely get squashed, because it made sense.
It made sense.
And look, and everybody knows that Darby is a fighting champion, fighting competitor. They know he has the fight in him. Like that, you doing this to show, oh, he's standing up against Miro. No, all that would have done was basically show the power that Miro has to beat somebody like Darby, to put Darby out like that.
And you know, and even if the Machka kick wasn't the finisher, he should immediately put that devastating ass game over on him, that how he did at the end of the match.
Which, the way that he did that
right after.
I legitimately saw that. I was like, okay, done. Like,
if
anybody put that on me, I'm like, okay, whatever, you win. Like, we're done here.
So if the Machka kick didn't do it, then the moment he put the game over on Darby and cranked it back, it should have been. It's no way that match should have had lasted as long as it lasted. No way.
Yeah,
that match lasted too long.
I think they were just trying to still keep Darby Allin looking strong.
They didn't have to.
They didn't. He's been having.
This is one of the instances where they didn't have to have Darby to look strong, because we seen what Darby could do.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though, and now that this match has kind of culminated in this, I finally saw the bigger picture of how this should have been booked with the whole Sting thing.
Okay.
And my fantasy booking had his back on. See, after that cinematic match, Darby should have said, okay, hey, Sting, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to go defend this title. And he should have had match after match after match. And you should have had Sting telling him, hey, I get what you're trying to do, but you need to, you're going to burn yourself out, or this is going to be a detriment to you. And you should have had Sting in the rafters watching Darby at every single match. And at this point in time, once Darby lost after going through everything, they should have panned up the Sting in the rafters to turn and then walk away. Then you take Darby off of TV, and then you show him in vignettes just being mentored and taught by Sting. Just off TV.
No. This was the perfect time. Not only mentored and talked to, this was been the perfect time for Darby to get his Xia Li and Boa treatment.
Oh, yeah.
And then came back.
Darby likes to film his vignettes too. Boy.
Exactly. Boy. And then with that, and that's why when I seen the way he did his face paint, I was like, yo, y'all just missed a perfect opportunity, because he could have came back with that face paint instead, and just been a whole new Darby.
That's my whole new kind of like Finn Balor and his demon thing. This could have been like, oh no, Darby got different face paint. Wait a minute, this is a more aggressive, more serious Darby.
I definitely felt like that was a waste of new face paint just to lose.
It was.
And now and then my gripe again. I was okay because they had stopped doing this maybe like a week or two, but they couldn't help their fucking selves because you had Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky come out and attack Sting.
They had to.
And then out of nowhere, the fucking Dark Order come out.
Yeah, I was confused with the Dark Order coming out. Maybe it's something I missed somewhere.
I guess they're just cool with Sting. I don't know.
But wasn't Sting chasing them away a few weeks ago with the John Silver situation?
Yeah, they got a weird relationship. I don't know what's going on.
I told y'all before, Sting about to be the new leader of the Dark Order.
And I mean, it's looking like it too.
Yeah,
and this could have been another thing. This could have been the same thing where it's like if you want to have Dark Order intertwined in this, you could have had them go a different direction where they could have easily. Something could have been done. That's all I can say. But either way, yeah, I wanted this match to be what I said this match to be. Darby should have got mauled. It's okay if it happened to Cody by fucking Brody Lee. This would have made more sense for Miro. Darby does not lose anything from losing this title, losing this match. He can only elevate from this easily. Like, there's nobody looking at Darby right now being like, hey, Darby's done. He's being buried. Not even close. Not even close. Darby is way too is the face. He's the face of TNT. Period.
Yes.
Whether he has that belt or not, there is nobody that's going to shame Darby. I don't think there's anybody out. I don't even think Jim Cornette hates Darby Allin.
Actually, no. He actually enjoys Darby. He just thinks Darby's gonna kill himself. But he has no issues with Darby. He was actually pissed when Darby and Jungle Boy had that match for the TNT title because he was like, "These are your two future stars of the world title. Why are you having them in this match? That's a throwaway." So no, he actually likes Darby. He actually likes Jungle Boy and Darby. Like, he's big fans of them.
Yeah. So it exactly my point. More to my point. Thanks, Cornette. Co-signing that shit. But that was AEW Dynamite.
I just thought about this though. Remember, Dark Order did cut a promo with Hangman, and they did pretty much tell him that they were going to help him or do what they can to help him get back to number one or get back on top.
Yeah.
So,
how y'all feel about that match?
What I mean is,
Well, go ahead and finish it, and I'll say my point after.
Like, maybe they were just doing the run-in on Page and Sky because they were trying to weaken opponents. I don't know. I'm just trying to give a random excuse because right now Page is at 5, right? Yeah, he's at number 5. And if he wants to work back up, go after that. How I feel about
Page versus Hangman rematch at Double or Nothing.
It makes sense. I hope it's an opener. Because that's the only place that I can see it being. No, I mean, no slight against Paige, but I mean, for this show and for this match already being seen on Dynamite, it's almost a throwaway match that has a bit of a story to it. But I like the way that Hangman kind of set it up.
Can we finally see it defended for the FTW Championship?
I would hope so. That would for me. That would be able to push that up on the card.
Right.
Then I'd be okay. It's for you're actually giving
prominence
to a title.
It would still be your opener, but
I'm down with it. Yeah, I would. I think that would be better. I think that would absolutely be better.
So how do y'all feel at Double or Nothing that most likely is going to be Sting and Darby versus Page and Sky?
More than likely, and it sucks.
Darby needs to be off TV for a little bit.
Yeah, I was just about to say that exactly. He does not need to be on TV right now because it's not like, again, I love Darby being on TV, but he's been on TV every week defending that title.
Yes.
He can go away for a little bit and be perfectly fine. And I could do without Sting for a little bit.
Yeah,
I think we all can.
Y'all know how I felt about that since the jump. So
the man with his invincible bat.
I mean, that back comes out, fam. He might as well pull out a damn sword.
Shit, he might as well pull out a gun. You saw how he fought off 6 people with it?
True, you're right. Like you would have thought Sting pulled out a damn AK or something. The way they kept running, they was like, you know what, you got this, fam.
Like right now, you're Thor and you got the hammer. I don't know.
And you know what? Before we conclude, too, what the fuck are y'all doing with Lance Archer?
I really wish I knew.
Like, I think, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and steal from my man Lip Dizzle. Justice for Lance Archer. What the fuck are y'all doing with my man's in there?
That man should have been a champion of some sort by now.
Like, what the fuck is happening with that?
It's not even. I just feel like, and I think this is the reason why Scoot says Justice for Lance Archer, because I feel like there is just no direction. It's like the Big Show treatment. I don't know if he's a heel or a face, because he does certain things here, and then he comes out and helps other people here, and then now he's going to face Miro. So that would mean that he's a face, I guess.
Or maybe Miro's the tweener and Archer's the heel.
I have no idea. But this is the reason why Lance Archer should have been going after Kenny during this time that he was trying to go back and forth between AEW and Impact. Because at least even him losing to Kenny would still put him somewhere to be like, hey, well, at least he's this caliber, competitor right now. Yeah. But to have him just continuously come out.
They would have sold the story. How can Kenny get Archer up for the One Wing Angel?
Exactly. Again, just like I say about WWE, AEW doesn't pay us to book.
No, they don't.
Though they should sometimes.
They should.
Or hell, look, hey, AEW, Tony Khan, look, if you hear something on this, take it. Well, I'm not going to come after you for any royalties or anything. I just want shit to be booked right.
I might look for some percentages, just to let you know.
That's fine. Yeager will look for percentages. Just give him Shotzi's number.
Y'all can talk to me. Anyways, yeah, you know what? If it's WWE stealing it, if you could like set me up on some dates, that'd be nice. I'm a young eligible bachelor,
But yeah, outside of everything that's happened this week, Scoot, what's your closing thoughts, man?
Definitely 100% RIP New Jack. Whether you love him, hate him, a man passed. So RIP New Jack, your contributions to this world. I will never talk shit because I think you'll come out the grave and beat my ass. So RIP New Jack, you will be missed. Your stories, like I said, the violence, everything. Rest in peace. Like I said before, give him hell in heaven. Because that's the man you are. Give him hell in heaven, New Jack. Rest in peace.
Yeager, you got any closing thoughts?
Gotta get a new camera stand. This thing just got a little wonky. But aside from my personal woes, here's a dog chasing its tail.
Hey. You really going for it.
Yeah, you done? Can I continue the podcast? All right, cool. Thanks for the views.
He was going for it. He was serious.
He's in it. Look at him. He's focused. So stance and everything. Are you gonna go? No? All right then. Hi. Shotzi. Baby. Miss ya. Love ya. Come on back to NXT. That was the cringiest shit I feel like I've ever did. Please.
It's okay, it works.
Yeah, right. AEW. A lot of big matches that should have been on last week or in a couple weeks. I gotta admit, I like the Jaeger Shotzi. There it is. Oof. Let's go on a shirt. Yep. We gotta do some things for that. We gotta work some people's. Actually, no, I think I actually know a few things. Pro Wrestling Tees. Ooh. We can get in with that. But overall, wrestling was wrestling.
It was. I got my shit off, so I mean, I have no closing thoughts other than what I've already said. The Darby Sting stuff should have been booked better, personally. That's about as far as I can go on that. Pinnacle and Inner Circle should have been booked better. So yeah. Put the right matches on the right shows, AEW. NXT, fix the shit with Cross. Do something. But yeah, outside of all that, Scoop, where can they find you?
You can find me at the ScooterRay. You know what I'm saying? That's on IG. It's on TikTok. No, sorry, ScooterRay34 is on TikTok. At the ScooterRay is on IG, Twitch, and the ScooterRay Show, YouTube. But you know, if you ever just go to the link, you know, there's a link tree like everything now. You know, shouts out to my ninjas around your boss, Xerxes. You know, we have our own individual Twitches, which at some point we'll probably float them all down there. It's less than stealthy ninjas, you know. We like the Wu-Tang clan of this thing, you know what I'm saying? Ninja Gang, fam. Shout out to the Ninja Gang. That's where you can find me. And you know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, you know, if you don't want producers all in your videos trying to steal your spotlight, you can sign up to Scoot Road Records, where we make hits. We make stars over here at Scoot Road Records. You know? Yeah.
You know.
Well, we didn't know. Now we know.
Now you know.
Jaeger, go ahead and drop the bomb on them. Let them know where they can find you at.
So this guy right here, if you're looking for me for some reason, just don't be the IRS. It can find me right underneath. Where's the damn camera? There we go. Bam. At Jaeger Bombastic. At the, what is it here? Twitter. But the S is a 5. Everything else is all regular. At IG. What else do I have? Xbox, PlayStation. Oh, and recently added TikTok. So yeah. Gotta see how to do these duet videos and whatnot.
Oh shit. Hey, I'm letting you know this right now to help my boy Jaeger out.
Please do.
Don't look at his stories if you easily offended.
Oh yeah, I'll piss people off.
Because my man's be posting that fire. And so if you easily offended, and I ain't talking about easily offended like some womanistic, chauvinistic type shit. I mean, you know, I don't want to get all like that on the podcast because it's a wrestling thing. But if you easily offended by government-related things and stuff like that, don't check out his stories.
If you got mad at Cody Rhodes for some shit he said, don't look at my shit.
At all. My man's be posting that fire, that heat.
I'm trying to call it out as this, man.
But
comment on some of that shit, but you know what I'm saying? Well, hold on. Quick diatribe. I'll be wanting to comment on some of that shit, but you know what? There are some people out there in the world that don't deserve my smoke. I welcome the smoke. I really do. Yeah. But there are some people that just don't deserve it.
You got to make time for the smoke that you welcome. You know?
I like that.
So some people just don't deserve my smoke. So if you really want the smoke, if you really, really want it, of course you can find me. You know, if you can't find me on socials, you can hit up Jaeger. You can hit up Mr. Deasley. One of them will pass the message to me if you really want to smoke that bad. But then I'm gonna hit you with that Macho Man. Be a man, Hulk. If you can't send the shots directly to me, Finn Balor tell y'all best. If you're coming at the king, you best not miss.
There you go.
Bang.
There you go.
Diatribe over.
And of course, if you happen to hit that king and he hurts you mentally, emotionally, verbally, it's okay. I got you on Lifestyle 1-Up brand.
You don't even deserve to listen to Lifestyle 1-Up.
You don't need the 1-Up.
I bring you that smoke.
But for all the for the shenanigans, the nonsense, and the bullshit, you can follow me or check me out at Lip Dizzle on the Instagrams, the Twitches, the YouTubes, the TikToks, all that good stuff, etc., etc., etc. It's just simple as that.
It's almost like 570 episodes in. Is it 570 or 670?
Nah, we have it's what 570 something. Right
he's
now.
almost he's on the road to 600 people with his daily dose.
Shit.
Hey,
I don't know how.
Hey, I'm gonna give this man credit because I'm pretty sure not one episode repeats itself.
It's difficult. I will say
How the
it
fuck
is difficult.
does he have over 560 something episodes of positivity and they're 560 plus different things? Fucking up. You know what?
Y'all fucking up. Good shit, man.
Give people their flowers while they're here. Give people flowers. That's why I fucks with my brother over there. That's why I loves my brother over there. You gotta give people flowers.
I mean, I don't need the flowers. I mean, if y'all want to do me a favor, just get the word out to Shotzi that Jaeger's waiting on a call.
Whoa! Don't be doing favors for you, but for me. But what? You see, this is why y'all need to get on this man's shit. He didn't even. Instead of taking a personal favor, he still is just like spreading the wealth here.
Right?
Hey, look, life's good on this end. Life's good because I'm able to do this type of shit right here with the people closest to me.
Oh.
And that's why I'm gonna end it off on the positive shit right there. Because to my brothers, I give it too sweet. Bada bam, bada bam.
Bam.
And as always, until you catch us next time, as always, till you see us again, hear us again, all that good shit. Tag